Camden.
Back to Detroit.
Back to Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna give you that 2 left boots with a high, one of them with a high heel.
That's right.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. Doesn't it? I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the
No
morning.
kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Well, the church burned down and no one knew what Pentecost Baptist was going to do. The Sunday brimstone got so dadgum hot it burned up a church bus in the parking lot. In a panic, the Reverend Dr. White called up an ex-member that hadn't lived right. He owned Joe's beer joint right across the fence. It's the same Joe's he preached against. He said, I don't really want to be a hypocrite. I got a Sunday school class about to have fits. We're all excited about Revival Week and been moved by the Spirit, so to speak. With all the souls we saved and money we spent, we thought God told us to sell that tent. I got a famous evangelist supposed to come and done run out of chairs. Will you loan us some? Joe says, hell, you can just use the whole dang place. Say 9 on the jukebox, Amazing Grace. I ain't supposed to be open because of them blue laws, but we'll open tonight if it's all right with y'all. Preacher said, well, I reckon that'd be okay. The good Lord works in mysterious ways. He's going to talk about Joshua, Judges, and Ruth, and I reckon I could do it from the DJ booth. At the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. When the sinners finish one more round, we'll have dinner on the ground and go inside and hell pray we don't get killed. The evangelist came with a well-dressed choir. They showed up around happy hour, looked around the joint and didn't take it real well. Said the white ministry has gone to hell. Ms. Mills that taught youth Sunday school and 2 deacons in the back room shooting pool were sharing the Lord with a Jim Beam rep who was teaching Ms. Mills some line dance steps. Reverend White was reading from the book of Luke to a tall drunk trucker about to puke. He had John 3:16 memorized, trying to dry his ass out to get him baptized. The evangelist yelled about the lights in the beer. Said, White, you can't save any souls in here. This place ain't nothing but a den of sin. Ain't the kind of place Baptist ought to be in. Preacher said, well, we don't really need y'all here. You didn't do a very good job last year. Only saved 1 sinner. I was Todd McGuire's little SOB that set my church on fire. Joe's beer joint has done been revived. Only been here an hour and I done saved 5. Sure, it's got mirrors and a big dance floor, but I finally found the flock God called me for. They're at the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. Not a stained glass window anywhere in sight, just a blood-stained floor and neon lights and a communion wine, and here is always chill. We're here every Sunday, we're living large, the only church with a cover charge. And if you don't like our doctrine and think we ain't devout, we'll have our bouncer throw your butt out of the First Baptist Bar and Grill.
Good morning. Fabulous Tim Wilson. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Christy.
Hi, chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
You and Christy have matching shirts on today.
Purple?
We made a phone call.
No, it looks gray, right? Yeah. Your shirt looks gray to me.
It's purple.
Is it purple?
Yeah.
Can you verify that, Josh?
Yeah.
Josh verified it.
What color are your panties, Pat?
They are purple.
Oh, mine are peach.
I'm gonna move and eat me a lot of peaches.
Oh, the presidents of the United States of America.
Great band.
Wow, I don't remember that.
And Lump.
Yeah, that's
She's my lump. She's my lump. She's in my head. Hi, Josh. How are you?
Good, man. How are
He's
you?
at the upside sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. I'm Chick McGee with sports that you're not going to believe. And here's Tom Griswold.
You got some good sports today?
You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it.
I got a little bit of sad news.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's start with that.
Remember this classic? This is,
Oh, God.
see if you can see what this is. Josh, it's on you here.
You know this is one of my all-time favorites.
My lead story.
The Ramsay Lewis Trio.
This is your pre-show music, right, Judge?
It is.
Mr. Lewis passed away yesterday.
Great Ramsay Lewis. Have you ever heard the story of that recording?
No.
That was, they'd never played it before. And I think I read that they'd rehearsed it like for maybe 10 minutes that afternoon.
Wow.
They heard the song on the radio.
Amazing.
That's this great song, The In Crowd.
Yeah.
There's a tremendous version of that by one of your favorites, Pat.
Oh, yeah?
The lead singer of Roxy Music, Brian
Ferry.
He does one where it sounds like I'm in with the in crowd.
Because he sounds like Dracula anyway.
Sounds like Dracula.
He did Hang On Sloopy, too? Ramsay Lewis?
No,
Not the main hit, but
yeah.
Oh, because he had a hit with it, according to
Here's the
Associated
Dobie Gray
Press.
version. You know this one. Got those big horns up there.
Man, you must have been in heaven then. All those horns.
Great song. Remember that line? It's easy to find romance when you're in with the in crowd. Here's the great Brian Ferry version. Doesn't he sound like Dracula?
No.
Yes, he does.
No.
I think I'm in with the in crowd.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's exactly how
I'll ask someone that has got opinions that are objective and reasonable. Ace, what do you think? Sounds like Dracula? No. Why do you talk?
I go where the in crowd goes.
I go where the in crowd goes.
But only at night.
you think he and Rick Ocasek would just occasionally have Dracula talking contests? Let the good times roll when we are in with the in crowd.
Anyway, this is the great version of the song.
Who do you think you're serving by surrounding yourself with yes men? Do you think that's helping you grow as a person, or
A lot of my comedic training was based on yes-handing.
Thank you, right. It's not it's not yes and, it's yes
no.
and, Mr. Tom.
yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
I do like being called Mr. Tom.
Mr. Tom?
Or Mr. TG.
That's in the Bahamas. I've witnessed that live and in person.
Yeah.
This woman in the Bahamas,
Something else.
this waitress just started calling me Mr. Tom.
Oh, that's
no,
cool.
that was Mr. TG.
Mr. TG, and then she started calling me Silverbush.
Wow.
Yes.
Can I help you, sir? Silverbush, for my beard.
She didn't know that Silverbush also refers to
Her area.
a woman of a certain age.
Her area. And I said, you want to cram these two silver bushes together? Is that what you want to do?
Is that what you want to do? Huh?
Right after
Velcro
work?
them up?
Must we go down Volker Road? We're trying to do it.
Hey, bitch! Bitch! Where are you going, bitch?
I don't know what you're saying, Tom.
Excuse me. This is Ramsay Lewis, recorded
Got it.
at the Bohemian Caverns in Washington, D.C.
It's just amazing.
Here it comes.
Yeah, it's a piano, isn't it?
Excuse me. I would ask it. I was going to say, do you have no soul, sir? Then I realized, of course he doesn't.
No, it's
Christy,
amazing, but you're stating the obvious.
Do you have the sad news?
Yes. Renowned jazz pianist Ramsay Lewis has died at the age of 87.
You didn't tell me that.
His son reports he died at home in Chicago
Excuse me,
yesterday.
was that the first thing I said?
Yeah, it was mentioned.
He said sad news,
But
and I said, yeah, he died.
In Chick's defense, he was organizing sports.
I
getting
was
ready
looking
for-
at Robert Griffin race a Seahawk. I'm sorry.
Lewis earned 3 Grammy Awards and 7 gold records.
Now,
during
and
his
Ramsay
career.
had like four or five sons. Yeah, there was Gary, Jerry,
Barry.
Jerry Jr.,
It was Sherry, his daughter.
Jerry, his daughters.
I don't think he did. did. Anyway, great song if you get a chance.
Jerry Lewis stole everything he learned from Ramsay Lewis.
Also false.
Ramsay would go, "Are we ready to play?
Yeah.
Let's hit it.
Lady, can we play?
I'm going to play the piano."
Well, don't just do something. Sit there.
That's right. Ivan Fragan.
Well, coming up today, I'm very excited. We're going to talk with an old friend of the show, comedian Bill Burr.
Always a short haircut.
Yes.
If all goes as planned. Bill is, among other things, recently he played Fenway Park, which for a comedian has to be kind of a thrill, especially a comedian from Greater Boston. He's also, it's my understanding, I think Chick told me this, he's learning to fly a helicopter.
I think he's done it. He flies his helicopter everywhere. He lives in L.A. and hates traffic.
Oh.
Wow. Anyway, we'll talk with Bill theoretically.
That headline's ready
coming
to go.
up today. Pat, I have a little challenge for you.
Yes.
We had an interesting story yesterday in the wake of the death of Queen Elizabeth II.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody been arrested for that yet?
No,
still on
not yet. What was it, day 4, day 5?
Scotland Yard. They're looking into it. Yeah. In the Vaughn Meter tradition, the woman who famously impersonates the Queen has announced her retirement.
Let me ask you something. Do you have notes over there, like a rough outline of what your Ramsay Lewis death and then
the Ramsay Lewis thing? I literally
bullet point.
I just heard about it 2 minutes ago, or whenever we started the show.
I didn't hear about it when you told me about it.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I've just always loved that song.
Yes,
and it was a huge hit. Interestingly enough, it was a big crossover top 40 hit.
Is it in Casino?
It is. Yeah, a couple different versions of that song are in Casino.
Yeah, Dick Smothers takes a woman up to his room, right? I think that's a scene. Yeah.
Why isn't Dick Smothers the name of a porno star? Huh?
You say that every time we bring up his name.
There's something where one of the Smothers Brothers' sons was a porno star.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know why? Because Mom always liked him best.
That joke did wear a little thin after a while. I can make a tie-in here. This is an interesting one. One of the Smothers Brothers television shows, one of their great writers was a guy named Steve Martin, a young Steve Martin.
Heck. We
have knocked off Steve Martin's King Tut song with a new song, and we have a video, ladies and gentlemen. We will be playing that coming up today. Don't forget, yes.
I'll have to watch that. I'm assuming Pat's in full costume.
One could hope.
Yeah.
Well,
I saw the video last night. It's amazing.
You'll see.
Guys are all in it.
If you want to check out all this stuff, I got to urge you to get the Bob and Tom app. It's free, and you can listen to us on your favorite station. You can listen. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can check out on the Bob and Tom app. I highly recommend it. Right now, Josh has some gigs coming up. In fact, we all do. We're all going to be doing the show from the Commonwealth of Kentucky coming up on Friday morning. Louisville at 4th Street Live, and you're invited. We'll have a special poster for those that get there early enough. But one of the ways to save while traveling to Louisville or Lexington or Fresno or Bakersfield is save on gas with something called Upside. Josh?
That's exactly right. Now, normally all of us, when we have a gig like that, we carpool in one big van, but this time we can't do it. We're all going to be driving separately, and we all should be downloading Upside. Well, I already have. Some listeners have already earned over $200, $400, even as much as $1,000 by doing something they already do, getting gas. That's right. Use promo code Bob and Tom after you download the Upside app, and you're going to get 25 cents per gallon or more on your first fill-up cash back. Stop paying full price at the pump. Get cash back using Upside. It's easy. And it's real money that really adds up. In fact, $1 million cash back is being earned by users each week. People can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other loyalty program or credit card reward, and it's available at businesses all over the country. That's 30,000 plus total businesses. That includes big name brands and your favorite gas stations, as well as some local businesses you know and love. Use promo code Bob and Tom after you download the Upside app. I think you're really going to enjoy it. You're going to save some money, and that money can go towards gift cards or it can go right into your bank account, whatever you prefer. Download Download the free Upside app. Use promo code Bob and Tom to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on that first tank. That's code Bob and Tom on the Upside app.
Be in with the Upside.
I'm in with the Upside.
When we come back, Pat, a tribute to the Queen, the lady who portrays the Queen.
I got you.
You got something for them? Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
Monday Night Football last night. Would you have taken the Seahawks plus the 7? Well, you should have, proving you sorry, Russell Wilson. You can't go home again.
Oh, okay.
you or Tommy Wolf, and we've got Fortune Cookie Sports that Christy puts together for me.
Oh.
And Dallas Cowboys quarterback, are you ready to? You got your Dak Prescott jersey? Are you ready to cheer him on all season? Not so fast.
Okay, we'll find out what that means. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Central Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Tuesday morning. Oh, sure, you probably just woke up and are just getting the sleepiness out of your eyes, but that's all right. A lot of us already been at work, working hard to bring you humor, fun, and frivolity. That's it. The Bob and Tom Show on the way. Comedian Kostaki Economopoulos. Week 1 in the NFL in the books. We're going to find out soon who the winner of the Big Green Egg Mini-Max was in Week 1 of our Pigskin Pick'em Challenge, but Kostaki will be along to talk about the NFL. All Pro Lines on Facebook, where you can find him. He might have a joke suggestion. If you fill in the joke, he could use it later this morning and give you credit. That's All Pro Lines on Facebook. Kostaki Economopoulos, Kostaki.com. Also, comedian Bill Burr getting ready to go out on a big national tour, and he's going to be nice enough to stop by here with a little bit of time and laughs coming up later in the 9 o'clock hour. Comedian Bill Burr, a longtime friend of the show, back on this morning on a Tuesday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Succession and Ted Lasso were the top winners at the Emmy Awards last night. Succession, a drama about a media empire run by a cutthroat family, ended up splitting the series honors with Squid Game, the South Korea-based drama about rich folks turning poor into fodder for their own entertainment. Lee Jong-jae, star of Squid Game, made Emmy history, becoming the first Asian to win the Emmy for Best Drama Series Actor. Meanwhile, Jason Sudeikis won his second straight Emmy for the comedy Ted Lasso. The man who shot John Lennon outside his Manhattan apartment building in 1980 has been denied parole again. It's the 12th time Mark David Chapman has been turned down for parole. Word of the decision by prison officials in New York State comes about 2 weeks after Chapman met with the parole board. He has called his actions despicable and said in 2020 that he'd have no complaint whatsoever if he was kept in prison for the rest of his life. Mark David Chapman will be available for parole again in February of 2024. And renowned jazz pianist Ramsay Lewis has died. His music entertained fans over more than a 60-year career that began with the Ramsay Lewis Trio and made him one of the country's most successful jazz musicians. His son reports he died at his home in Chicago yesterday at the age of 87. Ramsay earned 3 Grammy Awards and 7 gold records during his career. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch 2 other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger. Eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual. Mm-hmm. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Mm-hmm. Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
That's great. Have something to shoot for,
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em with the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
She's the love of your life, and you want to make her feel special on Valentine's Day. Gentlemen, if you're looking for a romantic gift this Valentine's Day, then Frigamall Florist has the gift for you. It's our I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet. Yes, for just $59.95, you can send her the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet. The I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet proclaims your lust for her in the most romantic way possible. The bouquet of lovely fresh flowers says, let's do it, and my loins ache. Your wedding vows didn't include a vow of chastity, but you're not going to see any action unless you act now. So pick up the phone and order the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I send you some flowers bouquet right now. That's the I know I'm not going to get any for a month unless I order you some flowers bouquet. With one phone call, you can cover your ass and get some ass. It's a win-win. Call now, because when Cupid shoots his arrow on February 14th, you won't be shooting anything unless you get her some flowers.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Morning laughter just might be the...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Rob?
The Bob and Tom Show. Well, as much as I do it, you're going to have a mistake, man. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen, yeah.
There's Christy Lee at the news desk. And, yeah, we're live. What of it? There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Chicky, chicky, bang, bang.
Oh, you, chicky, chicky, bang, bang, chicky, chicky, bang, bang, we love you. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Hey. You literally had no response to the new Chicky Chicky Bang Bang song.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading over here. What were you doing?
It was delightful.
You should listen to the show. It's
Do you remember?
fun.
You remember
I'm busy
criticizing me for not listening to him during the show? Yeah,
I do.
You're doing the intros.
And here we are.
Okay, this is
I'm
Tom
Chick.
speaking. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Here's Tom. We actually love each other.
Coming up, sometime soon, we're going to know the name of the winner for our first week of the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em.
Probably tomorrow.
Boy, a tough week.
An amazingly hard
Some
week.
big upsets. I just want to tell you that starting today, you can make your picks for week 2 if you'd like to win a Big Green Egg Mini-Max. Go to bobandtom.com/contest. Do you have a letter?
Dear Radio Knuckleheads.
Hi.
While listening to a replay of Friday's show, I heard Tom mention how easy it is to use the radio in the Grand Cherokee. Is that something you said, or you don't remember it probably?
I have had, in the course of my career as a as a car owner, 4 of them. But big fan. My last one was unfortunately stolen off the streets of Chicago. But
the radio?
No, the entire car. But that has a very user-friendly radio.
I own one. Go on.
The car that I have does not.
Do you guys remember when the radio would detach from the car and you'd take it out?
Absolutely.
Take it out like a briefcase and take it into wherever you were going?
So it wouldn't get stolen.
I never had one of those.
Did you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Those are fun times.
Did you remember the thing you could get? It was a sort of a cap that would go over the top of your radio that looked like your radio had been stolen. It had wires coming out of it.
No,
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That's a big New York thing.
It was, in other words,
Yeah.
it looked
like a little
your,
remote control kind of thing once you took it off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This one looked like your radio had already been ripped off. Those days are gone, aren't they?
Oh, pretty much.
Isn't it too hard to reintegrate a radio into a contemporary vehicle?
Did you have an FM converter?
I did.
I did, too. In my Gremlin.
I did not have one of those.
And we need to explain an FM converter.
Josh.
AM radio dominated the airwaves until the mid-'70s, maybe
late
even
70s,
late
probably,
70s.
yeah.
Cars were sold without FM, just an AM radio.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I still find that.
I had a car one time that only had an FM radio. That was
Really?
That was a short-lived experience.
What pot dealer did you buy that from?
But you bring this up because
I am a Jeep engineer.
Mm-hmm.
I was responsible for the user interface of the Grand Cherokee and the radio, among other vehicles.
Could I get this guy to come?
Can you give me this guy's email?
Fix mine?
I've been listening. He works for Jeep. I've been listening to you guys since high school in central Indiana. So if something I worked on can be figured out by even Tom, that is higher praise than any
It is. I'm serious.
review
Good for you, buddy.
I will ever get at work.
Okay, good for you.
Thank you, Alex.
Cool.
In my car radio, you have to pull over and hit like 4 buttons, and it's got a touch screen, and
you have to pull over.
Now, Tom, as I've tried to illustrate to you before,
I know what you're going to say.
Which do you think was the intention of the automobile manufacturer? That you pull over and adjust the radio?
If you read a review of the particular vehicle that I'm driving,
I don't believe you.
It is one of the notations is the worst interface of any radio of any vehicle. So I'll find you the article.
I need that article.
I'll find it for you.
I need to see this article.
Yeah, you can't just touch the button and change it, which people are doing right now. No, you have to go to the main screen, then you've got to go to a sub screen, then you have to go to another thing, you have to go to a source thing. It's changing the channels. It's an ordeal.
You know what? I bet there's a button on a steering wheel that does it.
No, there isn't.
However, don't you have a TV in your house that doesn't ever get turned off because you can't figure out how to turn it off?
No, I have to leave it on.
See, he wouldn't answer my question.
Are you sure the button's not on the back of the steering wheel? Because mine are on the back.
I just found those, and my car has 25,000 miles on it.
You didn't know those were back there?
No, I found them maybe 3 weeks ago.
I didn't know this. My last Jeep Grand Cherokee, I didn't even realize it had a CD player.
Oh.
I had it for a couple of years, and I pressed a button one day, and it said, bzzzt. Wow.
Man, oh, man.
Isn't that nice? Was there a turntable in there, too?
Boy.
We were talking about, we opened the show with some sad news. The great Ramsay Lewis has died. You probably are familiar with this tune, the great, nice club live version of the In Crowd.
Jerry Lewis's brother.
No relation. I have a letter. Your Bob and Tom show. I was in high school, but there was a small jazz club that didn't care much about IDs, so I took my date there to see Ramsay Lewis and the Ramsay Lewis Trio.
Oh, that's awesome.
We got seated right up front. It was really crowded. The girl that I took
went home with Ramsay.
And that would have been better, but thank you for underscoring that. The cymbals and the drummer were inches from her ears. She hated it and insisted we leave before they brought me my illegal drink. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the letter. Then P.S. I did not, quote unquote, score. There you go. So that's an unfortunate use of the word score, don't you think? Remember there was a book called Scoring?
No.
Yeah.
There's also a book called Cruising, isn't there? Doesn't they make that movie out of that book?
Scoring. In other words, if you had a successful sexual encounter with a woman, that would be called a score.
A lot of fisting in that book.
Fair enough. It was not called fisting.
No, that's
in Cruising it is.
Yeah.
A much different book. In any event, sadly,
Fair amount of ass play.
Mr. Ramsay
is gone. Now, Pat, I gave you a little challenge in the wake of the
Seahawks won Monday Night Football. We'll get to it in a moment.
I'm sure it's on the
They beat
internet
Denver?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Weren't you listening earlier when Chick said that? The point is...
I'm trying to engage the... never mind. People didn't know that Seattle was playing Denver.
If they cared, they would have watched the game.
You know, isn't it fascinating? No, listen. None of us like each other.
No.
And we don't listen to our own show. How do we move forward? I don't understand.
Here's the point.
Okay.
This lady has made a living impersonating the Queen of England.
Yes, she has.
Shows up on TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
She looks sort of like the Queen. You know, she's kind of frumped up.
Wouldn't you have to agree this is the lowest of all entertainment forms? Lookalikes? Lookalikes, sound-alikes, right?
I mean, she had a pretty good run. I mean, think about it.
Here's what it would sound like.
She's
if
been
the
looking.
Queen
She's been
ordered-
looking like the Queen for dozens of years.
If the Queen ordered room service.
I mean, these presidential guys, you're lucky to get 4 years in or 8.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of over. Whatever happened to that guy that did George W. Bush all the time? What's he doing today?
I don't know.
He's probably selling Jeeps. But the point is, the woman who's the Queen lookalike has retired.
Yes.
She says out of respect for the Queen and her family. Although, as I said yesterday, it would be pretty funny if she kept doing it and showed up at the funeral. That'd be pretty classless. She showed up at
yes, it was.
when King Charles goes to give his speech. She's in the back.
Oh, by the way, have you seen the caskets on display or not display?
Yeah, I saw one in Scotland.
People walking by it.
Sure.
The blanket's crooked. Can we fix the blanket?
Oh,
it looks
that would drive me
dumb.
nuts.
I think that's
Heads are gonna roll.
purpose.
I thought it was on purpose too, but yes,
Did you see how
Yeah.
crooked it is?
Why is it on purpose?
It was. It could only be. Somebody would have fixed it.
She was a crooked, known as the crooked queen.
No.
There's probably some
That's what I
ancient. There's
understand.
probably some ancient protocol that somehow involves colonizing innocent peoples and taking all of their mining goods and all of their natural resources and stealing them. This lady who is the fake Queen Elizabeth is retiring, but interesting enough, her picture appears in all their counterfeit money, as I pointed out. But my suggestion is that she becomes zombie Queen Elizabeth for Halloween. But now you have a song about impersonators?
Yeah, Von Meter.
I think she should pop up from behind the casket during the service.
I'm okay.
Fooled you. She's up out of the casket.
The most famous impersonator, of course, in the history of American comedy is Von Meter, who impersonated the Kennedys.
This is a song about that, not about the Queen impersonation.
This is a famous album. Josh, you'll see I'm holding a copy of the album, The First Family.
Okay.
This was the largest selling record in the history of records in 1962.
How about that?
Million seller. Everybody had a copy.
Everybody had a copy.
But Von Meter did a great President Kennedy, and then, of course,
no one living had a copy.
Sadly, on November 22nd, 1963, his gig was more or less over. There's a great story about it with It's called the Mobituary from
This is
Mo
a tough
Rocca.
listen, man.
Man, it sure is.
Go ahead, Pat. You have a tribute to this?
There once was a man named Von Meter who did a great JFK. His impression of Kennedy was flawless, everyone would say.
Hey!
Then one day the crowds dried up. No one bought Von Meter LPs. That was November 22nd, 1963. Where were you the day they shot JFK? Von Meter watched his career just up and fade away. I used to do a Bill Cosby impression and a hell of a Michael Jackson. I closed with an R. Kelly song before they had all the facts in. I can't do those things anymore. It wouldn't be PC. I feel like Von Meter did in 1963. Where were you the day they shot JFK? A bad day for Von Meter, but a good one for LBJ.
See, it's all about being canceled, Christy.
I got you.
In many different ways.
Who benefited from JFK's death? LBJ. Follow the money.
I don't really think so.
Basic.
Did you know that Queen Elizabeth met every president since Truman except LBJ?
Oh, really?
Never met Johnson.
I think I knew that. Yeah.
She met every one of them, including Biden and Trump. I believe.
I would like to have
Trump
seen.
had great things to say about her yesterday.
I would like to have seen Johnson's decorum in meeting the Queen. I could see.
Well, he was famous for whipping out his schlong. And
Well, sure, yeah.
he was
a bit of
famous
a
for talking to people with an open bathroom
rather
door. And,
gruff, I guess.
let's bomb Hanoi, he said, while wiping his ass. A classy guy.
Remember Michelle Obama hugged the Queen? Remember how that was a big news story?
Oh, really?
You don't touch the Queen.
No.
No.
The royal right.
She hugged her back. I mean, it was sweet. It was a sweet encounter, but
In any event,
Oh, Lord.
the lady who does the Queen impression she's retiring.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, again, good run.
Yeah.
Solid run.
Yeah.
The guy that
work
does
at any job 70 years. You
the guy that
deserve
does the
something.
Prince Andrew impression. Uh-oh, Pat. He got canceled.
You know what? He had fun for a while, though. He was
trick-or-treating with the kids.
Let's just say a good impressionist. He really committed to the role.
He really did.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He always has his memory.
Now, at this point, we do move over to the sports desk.
That's right. Bring it, baby. Monday Night Football. Does it get any better than Joe Buck and Troy Aikman? I don't think so. Man, those guys.
Music skipping?
No, he's turning it up and down.
No, I'm not.
You're putting your finger on the button, which causes it to short out.
Okay,
so stop it.
I'll do what I want to do.
Oh, I know. See? He's mad with power, Tom. This happens every time.
With power.
I'm telling you. Geno Smith, he invented Geno pizza rolls.
Oh,
that's
those are
right.
good.
Is that true?
Yeah. Ace,
Really?
wait a minute, hold it. How many
Again,
Genos?
some of us.
How many
take the role of the
Genos?
audience, and we-
How many Geno's pizza rolls do you have in your house right now?
I have 3 boxes of Totino's.
Oh, Totino's. Is that the better pizza roll?
For my buck, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Boy, you did recommend me a great frozen pizza.
Home run, baby.
Home run frozen pizzas are
Had
really
one Friday.
good. I had one Friday, but amazing.
We should have 4 of them at once and have a grand slam.
Oh, that's good.
4 home runs?
Great. Yeah, the grand slam pizza.
It's 4 home runs wouldn't be a grand slam.
Yeah, it'd be
one home run with the bases
Only
loaded.
4 runs, though. You nitpicking prick.
That's called a nitprick.
Things we learned today, that better be on there.
That's a new word for the
Tom's a nitpicking
Merriam-Webster
prick.
Dictionary. Nitprick.
Geno Smith, who would have thought of this, threw 2 first-half touchdown passes. Denver fumbled twice at the 1-yard line. In the second half, the Seahawks beat the Broncos 17-16. And Russell Wilson's return to Seattle, you can't go home again. Tommy Wolf. Brandon McManus missed a 64-yard field goal with 20 seconds left. Seahawks escape another wild victory. And the pundits, the experts of I'm Not One, why did they get Russell Wilson if they're just going to kick a field goal with 20 seconds left and 4th and 5? Let that quarterback, that high-dollar quarterback, go for it.
Yes.
But no, he had plenty of distance, but missed the field goal left. So there you go.
Yeah, boy.
You think you could kick a 64-yard field goal, Tom?
God, no.
No, I couldn't hit it with a bazooka. It's a very, very specific skill that I don't have, and not even close.
Good name here, Cooper Rush.
Oh, that is a good name.
Good, yeah.
By all agreement, not a great quarterback. But anyway, he's filling in for Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dakota Prescott for the 2nd year in a row. This time the challenge will be much tougher. Cooper's been in the league 6 years. Prescott out for multiple weeks with a fracture near the thumb of his right hand. Rush won a game last season. Yay. When Prescott had a calf strain. See, Dak went to the fair, and he was showing his cows and calves.
Right.
And one of them had a strain from too many
Speaking of Rush, coming up, we have a world record with David Rush and Jonathan Hollywood Hannon.
How is that something that people will say, hey,
I'm going to stick around.
I was
going to walk into work, but now I'm going to sit in the car and wait.
And
even David Rush's wife just turned off the radio.
Last night in Monday Night Football, RG3,
who's that, Robert Griffin III?
Yeah.
Is he on your fantasy team?
Huh?
He's not on your fantasy team.
No, it's because he's not playing. There's Robert.
Your RG3 little toy statue.
It's an action figure.
Oh, sorry.
Look, he's even in action.
He sure is in action.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah. I don't want it to break. I'm not going to.
I don't know why, but this is the models that they made with a bigger head.
Right.
Yeah, their head's bigger than their body.
Just slightly bigger.
Just slightly bigger.
The Barry Bonds
Not
one
like
is
Purdue, not like Purdue Pete bigger or
No.
Miss Peach bigger.
No.
Is there never an end to subjects you bring up that only you know what you're talking
Someone
about?
out there listening remembers Miss Peach.
Yes,
Nobody does.
Yes, but this is...
They were little cartoons where the people had giant heads.
Back me up on this. This is broadcasting, not narrow.
No, I went for a Barry Bonds joke, but it was stepped on by his Miss Peach reference.
Yeah.
What was your Barry Bonds joke?
Don't you even worry about it.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure it was.
Nitpicking bastard.
I'm sure it was a laugh riot.
It was.
On the topic of a statue of a football player, you're doing a Barry Bonds joke. Was it about?
the head was big.
His head was big because of the steroid use.
Yes.
Does he have back acne?
I'm doing everything I can.
I'd like to think that the figurine did
to
have
get
that.
Tom engaged on this next story. When we come back, RG3 raced a bird in the pregame of Monday Night Football. We'll talk about it. That's right. And it was at least a tie. I can't tell with the camera angle who won.
Racing a bird.
They raced a bird.
Wow.
Yeah, a trained bird, but a bird.
Was it flying or running on the field?
It was running
Fair
on the
question.
ground. They don't run really
Fair
fast.
question.
Boy, they can fly, but he wouldn't let them fly. Well, think about it. RG3
you clip
can't
its
fly.
wings, now you got to race.
RG3 can't fly.
No, he can't.
Will you watch that video so you
I
pay
will watch it
attention?
in just a second.
You nitpicking bastard.
I want to remind you, football fans, week 2 of our Pigskin Pick'em Challenge, up and running. You could win the Big Green Egg Mini Mix. We don't know who our first week's winner was yet.
No.
Can't wait to find out.
At least be tomorrow.
Don't forget the Bob and Tom app right now. I want to remind you that when this is over, or even sooner, Chick may go, I have a headache, and go home. and he will sit in his house, flip on the switch, knowing that he is safe and secure thanks to Simply Safe.
And if you did do that, Chick, no one would blame you.
No one would blame you. What caused it? That nitpicking prick.
Nitprick. It's a nitprick. It's
Simply Safe. It's the design it yourself, install it yourself, do it yourself, home security system, and of course, Simply Safe blankets your home in protection. Advanced sensors for every room, window, door, glass breaks, motion sensors, HD security cameras inside and out, smarter ways, wicked smart, to detect motion that only alert you when a threat is real, and even hazard sensors for inside your home that instantly detect a fire or a flood. And their monitoring experts at Simply Safe use proprietary advanced response technology to visually confirm when a break-in was real, so you can get the highest priority police dispatch. I might add to that a home run pizza when I go home. Now I'm craving one of those. Man, they're good. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. And such a deal. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no place like Simply Safe.
Coming up, apple pie in the news.
Oh, that's very American.
Yeah. You're going to see this unusual thing dividing America.
And RG3 races a bird.
About apple pie. And then don't do what your GPS tells you all the time.
Okay.
Especially if you're drunk. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
An exciting game last night came down to the very end as you heard Chick McGee in sports talk about the Monday night football game, the return of Russell Wilson to Seattle. He left in the offseason to sign a big, huge, lucrative contract with the Denver Broncos to be their starting quarterback. Went back into Seattle and lost. 17-16, a missed field goal as time expired. Of course, it was from 64 yards out, so there's that. Brandon McManus, a good kicker, but come on, 64 yards? Russell, you got to get him closer for the game winner. At any rate, that's week one in the books. Kostaki will be along to talk all about it. And next break, I will tell you about the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, the contest. You got to get involved. Week 2 is now open. And again, we'll talk about that next break right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Tuesday morning. The Emmy Awards have spread honors around repeat winners Zendaya, Jason Sudeikis, and Jean Smart, and some first-timers like Sheryl Lee Ralph and Quinta Brunson of Abbott Elementary. Zendaya and Sudeikis won their second acting Emmys Monday, while Smart won back-to-back trophies for Hacks. So did Sudeikis' comedy Ted Lasso, which claimed the top comedy prize, and Succession, which took home the top drama honor. Ralph gave a rousing speech after winning supporting comedy actress for her first nomination. Brunson, who created Abbott Elementary, also took home a trophy with the best comedy series still to come. Lee Jung-jae of Squid Game won Best Drama Actor. A sign that the painful inflation of the past 18 months may be gradually easing could come later today when the government expected to report that the acceleration in U.S. prices slowed in August compared with a year ago for the second straight month. Economists have forecast that the report will show that prices jumped 8.1% from 12 months earlier, down from a 4-decade high of 9.1% in June and 8.5% in July. That's a lot of numbers, if you follow. Sharply lower gas prices are behind much of the decline, along with the costs of used cars, airfares, and clothing. So maybe things are looking up. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Lord Byron, he sang his calls. I'm guessing the one that they tend to ham it up on is this strike 3 call.
Yeah.
That's bad news to somebody. You don't want to have that. Strike 3. Hey, you're on your way to AAA.
That hurts.
You don't want bad news sung ever,
gosh.
do you? No. Gonorrhea, you got it from Maria.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Time now for Flash Traffic with the fastest man in the world, 9-time Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis.
And now we go to our flash traffic reporter, Carl Lewis, with traffic on the west side.
Hey, Bob and Tom. I'm on the west side, and traffic looks great. Now I'm going to run over to the far east side and take a look at traffic conditions over there. Okay, I'm on the east side now. Everything looks smooth over here. Want me to check the north side?
Sure, Carl.
All right, here we go. Oh, guys, traffic is running off fine up here up north. Anything else you need?
Listen, Carl, could you check south side traffic? I know it's a long way. You could also pick up an iced tea for me, venti green iced tea at Starbucks on your way, if you don't mind.
Okay, that's a little step, but I'll get there. Oh, my goodness, that was kind of a detour, but here, 2 Splendors just like you like it.
Thank you very much, Carl. Carl, could you come back to the studio to sign some photos for us?
Oh, okay, I can do that. Sure thing, Tom. Oh, made it. All right, give me a pen.
This has been Flash Traffic with Carl Lewis. Hello, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Also some WW.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Seamless.
Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Got a request for you, Pat.
Okay.
Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick desk.
Chickster.
It's one of those mornings.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
Yep.
An
There's
adventure.
Ace
Really?
Cosby, I'm Chick McGee. And now he doesn't want any of us here and just wants to have him on the show. Here's Tom.
That's not true.
That's
I promise
the gospel.
something very special. Ladies and gentlemen,
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
What's the difference between a camera and a foot?
I don't know.
Oh,
A camera has photos, a foot has 5 toes.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
No.
photos.
Four.
It's
No.
a, sort of a straight.
Well, I think I speak on behalf of the room. You're the only one that could have told that, I think.
Tell them delivery, you know.
Well, I don't know what that was, but
All right.
Ace, you've done better. That's all I ask.
I enjoyed it very much, Ace.
Have to keep a balance.
And now a new special
don't acknowledge that she's
a new special feature on the Bob and Tom Show. Life with Tom Griswold.
Uh-oh, what did I miss?
Today's guest, Josh Arnold, in the break room.
Earlier, I was changing the water in the water cooler.
Yes.
And Tom came rushing into the green room, wasn't aware that I was there first. And he heard me and he goes, "Oh, you scared the hell out of me."
Well, he was the cooler's over there in the corner. I didn't know you were in there.
And then he goes, "It's okay. It's okay." And I don't know if you were trying to tell me.
No, I was talking to myself.
You were calming yourself
yes,
down?
I was calming down.
I knew it.
You were right.
This has been Life with Tom Griswold.
There aren't a lot of people here early in the morning. You're on the corner. You're not expecting someone.
I wasn't trying to scare you.
I know. I just didn't see you. That's how slender you're getting, by the way. That's a good sign.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. We're going to have Josh stick.
Hey, last night on Monday Night Football, did you watch the video? Will you watch it now,
Yes,
please?
I will, of course.
Robert Griffin III, RG3, has joined the Monday Night Countdown crew on ESPN because they don't have near enough people covering the broadcast. Now it's up to 11, I think.
Gosh.
But, of course, joining Joe Buck and Troy Aikman as a new look Monday Night Football. In the pregame show, RG3, ESPN set it up so he raced a Seahawk right there on the field before the game, and Booger McFarland commented on it. Tom, have you watched it yet?
I'm watching it right now.
And the bird is not walking, Christy, or running. He's flying.
It was a fair question.
It was not.
Yes, it was.
It was a Griswold question, Mrs. Griswold. Yeah, there you go. So, are you watching it?
I'm trying to, but all I'm getting is a thing of what's his name, Borat, and
so
the Joker.
it was really great. And as you can tell, he's not engaged. He didn't.
No, I'm trying to watch it right now, but it's not there.
He's not watching it. I'm looking
Christy,
right
what
at
is
it.
this?
I'm looking right at it.
I just
No, you
clicked
are?
on it.
Oh,
It's Borat.
I don't know. I'm seeing him race a bunch of people.
So,
And earlier this season, he did run a 40.
Oh, wow.
okay.
He ran a sub 4.40, so he's still NFL fast. But unfortunately, Robert strained his knee, and he'll be out for 6 weeks. No, I made that part up, but yeah.
He's racing a bird.
There he is. There it is in slow motion.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tom?
He's racing a bird.
Tomorrow, Pat will have a song.
What would he have done? What would he have done
maybe.
if they were playing
Video.
they were playing the Cleveland Browns? What would he have done? He's racing a turd.
He'll dress us up in bird outfits. We'll have to sit here with wings on tomorrow.
I think it's pretty cool. Who won?
It was at least a tie.
Oh, man. I don't think I could outrun a bird.
No, birds fly fast, don't they? I don't think the bird was aware he was racing anyone.
Back in the day, didn't Babe Ruth race a horse? Wasn't there something like really cool?
No,
opposed to a bird.
What's not cool about a Seahawk? It's majestic.
Well, they should do it with every team should do this.
Maybe he'll race an eagle.
What do you mean?
Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, they can have
If every team does it, then it's not special.
Raise a ram.
That might not be bad.
I don't know who he's going to race when in the Browns again. Boy, those are ugly colors, aren't they?
Yeah.
How about those uniforms last night? Those were kind of wild.
Oh, the lime green?
Yeah.
They kept saying that, you can find them in the dark, those Seattle Seahawks uniform. I'm not a fan of the monochromatic, same
I'm not either.
pants and shirts, same color.
They look like they're in a video game or something. It's weird.
Don't care for that.
Okay.
And they jumped the gun over the weekend. The Los Angeles Dodgers have now officially made the Major League Baseball postseason. On Sunday, the team had a brief post-game champagne toast after their victory over the Padres, but not so fast, my friends. As it turned out, the Dodgers hadn't officially clinched mathematically, Tom. Major League Baseball took the blame for the off-field error, and last night, L.A. did take care of business, winning again, this time over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Those are snakes, and officially becoming the first team to make the playoffs. The Dodgers have now reached the postseason in 10 straight seasons.
Oh, they're a team, man. They're a good team.
And from Boston, non-binary athletes will be able to run in next year's Boston Marathon without having to register as members of men's or women's divisions.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought it was always open to whomever.
The decision on the issue announced yesterday by the BAA, the Boston Athletic Association, not a member of the Sheep Society. Don't come. The organization says it's looking to establish similar rules for the other races. It conducts next Boston Marathon April 17th. More sports coming up.
Now, speaking of Boston, Bill Burr, one of Boston's favorite sons, will be our guest coming up later this morning. Certainly look forward to talking to Mr. Burr, helicopter pilot, actor, dad.
I heard he was a helicopter pilot.
I think it's true. I want to find out about that. Drummer, and of course a great stand-up comedian, a veteran stand-up comedian. He's going to be our guest for the first time in a couple of years. We'll look forward to talking to Mr. Burr. Also, our NFL report from Kostaki Economopoulos when we come back. Our new song about the King. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
Hey, it's Josh, and of course...
Hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer. And
is that where you go? Are we eligible?
Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Hey, the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em back in action for week 2. Go and make your picks now in our contest. It's your chance to win your own Big Green Egg Mini Max. Don't worry about week 1 and how many games you missed. Now we're on to week 2. All you have to do is pick the most winners, and you could win the Big Green Egg Mini Max. No point spread, nothing to think about. You can pick the team based on your favorite color, or that quarterback's really cute, or whatever it is that you like to pick with your NFL teams. Perhaps maybe you watched week 1 and you thought, hey, I think this team's going to beat this team in week 2. That's how you do it. It's just that easy. Details at bobandtom.com/contest. And good luck. Sponsored by the Big Green Egg. Again, you have a chance to win a Big Green Egg Mini Max. Again, good luck from all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. King Charles is flying to Northern Ireland on the latest leg of his tour of the nations that make up the United Kingdom, as thousands of people have lined up through the night to pay their last respects to his mother's coffin in Edinburgh. On Monday night, Charles and his siblings Anne, Andrew, and Edward, their heads bowed, briefly stood vigil around their mother's flag-draped coffin as members of the public filed past. He's already sounded his warnings publicly. Now the Twitter whistleblower who has warned of security flaws at the social media site will sound off before the Senate Judiciary Committee today. His disclosures of security flaws, privacy threats, and lax controls at Twitter have raised alarms about the platform, and his comments will get attention from lawmakers who've expressed concern about the safety of such powerful tech platforms. And firefighters in Birmingham, Alabama, had to use a ladder truck to rescue some dogs from a downtown kennel. The drama unfolded when 2 workers and some animals at Dog Days of Birmingham began to have breathing problems after a new sealant was put on the concrete floor that was being refinished. The smaller dogs kept on the ground floor were taken out through the front door, but 13 larger dogs kept 1 floor up, couldn't go out that way. So they were taken out through the roof and plucked off the roof by the ladder truck. All of the people and the dogs are A-OK. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
You might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Oh, he was so sweet. It was our first date, and he went all out. He bought me dinner, he got me drunk, and then I got bald.
Oh, did you ever? It was perfect.
Britney Spears recently shocked the world with her latest fashion statement. A completely shaved head. Now, to commemorate Britney's new look, Bob and Tom Labs is proud to introduce their new perfume, Bald. B-A-L-D. Bald. A fragrance for today's unraveling woman. She's kooky, she's crazy, and she's getting bald.
Tomorrow's my girlfriend's birthday, and she'll definitely be getting bald.
What woman wouldn't love to get bald?
My wife and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary soon. I thought she'd be thrilled when I told her she was gonna get bald, but she just rolled over and went back to sleep.
Okay, almost everybody wants to get bald. Be sure to get some today. Just look for the slick box, and you'll know you're getting bald. B-A-L-D. Bald.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that it...
I'm glad everything's okay now, yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried, they're doing that internet dating, which...
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah. But I just don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. I was checking the box score and then I double-clicked on your mom's head.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
You out.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold, the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone in that swell Raiders cap. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. A special feature now, Tom? Is that right?
Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a brand new video that's circulating as of a few hours ago, and I thought we'd show it right now. This is a new song. We worked on it this weekend, And Pat is our lead vocalist. And then everybody else kind of contributed a little bit of vocalizations. And Noah from our staff has done a great job turning it into a video, the great music from Matt Roush. And I thought we'd play it for everybody. It's in the wake of the passing, if you will, of Queen Elizabeth II taking the throne, which some may think is kind of silly, is her son. Because what better credentials for taking a big job than coming from the right seed? We have our little video. I thought I'd show it to you guys. Give it a listen.
When Charles was a young prince, he never thought he'd be king. Finally ruling England at the age of 73. King Chuck. The Queen was his mama. Lucky Chuck. She used the Oxford comma. Born in the royal palace, hands never callous. King Chuck. Now that his mama's gone, I hope he doesn't fail. What exactly did he do as the fancy Prince of Wales? King Chuck. His teeth and ears look big and funny. Bucky Chuck. Will they fit on stamps and money? Born in the royal palace, hands never callous. King Chuck. The Queen, she had her corgis. Prince Andrew had his orgies. He's wild, that brother Andy. On Epstein Island, Duke got Randy. Prince Harry moved for good out to Hollywood. King Chuck. Charles loves the polo ponies and dressing up for ceremonies. He wears a kilt, please don't stare. He's not wearing underwear. Finally gets to rule cause he's got the family jewels. King Chuck. He married Diana, they had a castle and a villa. But all the time he dreamed about the homely one, Camilla. King Chuck. Couldn't wait to get his hands on. Said he'd like to be her tampon. The royal palace has the royal phallus. So old it won't be long, we'll have to write another song. King Will.
King Will. Okay.
Good, Noah.
Boy,
Great job, Noah.
Thanks, Noah. Nice work.
Has he slept in the last couple of days?
No,
that was
I don't
impressive.
think so.
People,
I called him on Saturday and said,
Right.
"Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?"
Man, oh
People
man,
go nuts for the puppets,
that
man.
was great.
Puppets are in there. It's a new video. It'll be shown on the TV show. How do you see the TV show, Ice?
YouTube.
That's right, on
And
YouTube.
we've got a compilation show at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
YouTube.
That's very nice.
Can't remember that? YouTube.
You've got to get the new Bob and Tom app.
Sure.
It's great, and you can listen to the show on your favorite station, et cetera, et cetera.
Speaking of Tom's behavior,
Yes.
that Josh had the wisdom to point out earlier, what did you call Tom?
A nitpicky prick, which Tom has shortened to
Nit prick.
Dear beautiful people. And Tom.
The beautiful people.
Has anyone noticed that Tom can't even be called a nitpicking prick without trying to correct me? Tom has, by my count, 3 times tried to change it to nitprick. Tom, leave Joshy's gloriously ad-lib perfection alone.
No, it's nitprick now.
Not everything needs to be Tomized. That's from Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Steve is trying to get some economy in the language here. There we go.
You're our own Edwin Newman. Go ahead, look that up, kids.
We have another request for something in a few minutes, Pat, so keep that guitar warm.
It's warm, baby.
And now, one of my favorite
Stupid
world records ever. Are you seated? Are you ready? Are
I'm
you
seated.
excited? Over 100 puppy dogs gathered at an outdoor venue in the United Kingdom to break the Guinness World Record for the most dogs at an outdoor cinema screening.
What'd they see?
127 dogs, together with their owners, watched a screening of 101 Dalmatians, of course.
Of course.
Isn't that a movie about skinning dogs to make fur coats?
Just the puppies.
Jeez, Tom, why do you...
Well, doesn't that scare the dogs?
I don't think she actually gets away with it.
No, she doesn't. That would have changed the whole film.
Sorry. Didn't mean to nitpick.
The event was held at the Perdiswell Leisure Centre to narrowly clinch the record title. Their successful attempts beat the previous record by just 7 dogs, which is 49 dogs.
Yes.
In dog speak. Organizer Rachel Marie,
yes,
I think she's missing the last name there, who runs a dog care service, said the event also raised almost $700 for a dog rescue charity. Marie said a lot of people did not come to the screening due to the Queen dying and all.
Almost $700. It makes them change a lot of things, won't it?
They're doing something nice.
Boy, oh boy.
You used to work at a movie theater. Can you imagine picking up the combination of popcorn and dog manure? That'd be a rough night. You think the floors are disgusting at a movie theater? Now, when you go to the movies, I always take my popcorn bag out and throw it away.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
All of my refuse.
Yeah, I throw away all my stuff. I remember seeing people when I would be standing there with my broom, and Butler is the thing that we would sweep into.
Right.
And kids would start picking up their trash, and moms would go, no, they'll do it. I remember going, and I remember thinking, yeah, we will, but is that really what you want to instill in your children?
That is one of my pet peeves in life. Throw your trash away.
I mean, it gave me a job, but yeah.
Now, did you see the reviews that the dogs gave the movie?
Oh, no, what they say.
3 out of 4 red lipsticks from the male dogs.
Ew. Right.
Boy, you can ruin a story. That's not your only pet peeve, though. As I remember it, you don't like litter. And you don't like casual dress at the church, right?
No jeans at church.
Is there anything else?
I'm probably come up with a few.
Okay. Yeah, we might want to start.
You wear a hat at church? A hat?
Oh, you wear
I do not wear a hat at church.
Even on Easter?
Got on Speaking of movie theaters.
No.
Yes.
We were talking about outdoor movie theaters drive-ins yesterday. This comes to us from Jason. He writes, I was 8 years old. My parents decided to take me, my 10-year-old sister, and 6-year-old cousin to a drive-in movie. They looked in the newspaper. There was a theater 30 miles away playing a double feature. The first movie had a Disney-ish sounding title. The second movie was called Apocalypse Now. I remember my grandmother protesting because it wasn't a good movie for kids, but Grandpa assured us we'd be asleep by the end of the Disney movie. We get there. We get a primo parking spot. We're all excited for the movie to start. It wasn't a kid's movie at all. It was a skin flick.
Ooh.
We were 5 minutes into it before my grandmother realized what was going on. All hell broke loose inside the car. The NASCAR-style driving my grandfather used to get out, and the immense woolly beaver spanning across 60 feet of screen as we were out the gate. I will never forget it. Thank you for the nice letter, Jason.
Wow. An immense woolly beaver.
We were talking about the fact that there was a period of time in which some of the drive-in theaters became
X-rated.
They were showing pornography.
Yep.
I can remember driving along Interstate 80 and looking to my right as I was westbound going, whoa! And you get 10 seconds of a porno as you're whipping down the road at night. A
lot of people say I-70. That's the highway. I say no. I say 80. I like 80 better.
Do you?
Yeah. They've got the world's largest convenience store.
Oh, yeah. In Iowa, yeah.
It's amazing.
Sure do.
It's very nice. Coming up, another song from Mr. Godwin. And you can view our video if you watch the feed tonight on YouTube, or just go to the Bob and Tom
watch it now.
Various YouTube locations and check.
Well, wait for me to start talking first, of course. But yeah.
Okay. We have also coming up. We have some more sports. I know that.
Yes, we do. You like beer? I'll tell you.
I do.
Yeah, you better like beer.
We got a record from Mr. David Rush.
I don't know. Maybe you should do.
And do you like a lot of salt in your food? Because you know I do.
I do not.
No, less is more.
And I'm not supposed to eat much salt. But
I got a salt grinder I'm going to get you for Christmas.
Coming up, we have a weird story that involves no salt and electricity.
Okay.
Coming up. But give me your teaser, Christy.
No salt and salt. What?
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's really bizarre.
It's salt without salt.
Apparently, the mourners for the Queen are leaving some very interesting items, and they're saying you shouldn't do that. We don't find out what those items are.
They're littering, Christy.
We got Japanese men being paid to do nothing.
Okay.
They found me out.
Right now, I want to...
and a bad rocket liftoff for Bezos.
I want to talk to Chick McGee about listening to this show. On the Raycon earbuds, tell me more.
That's right. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever, if that's possible. 3 sound profiles to watch and match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation and awareness modes. You can listen while you travel or maybe during a workout. The optimized gel tips on the Raycons fit every ear ever made, and they're comfortable enough in your ear for all-day wear, and they do not budge. And Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all that for about half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. The possibilities are endless with Raycon earbuds. And right now, you can go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off your Raycon.
We get love letters about the Raycons, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Here's one right here. This comes to us from Chris. He's doing his walk right now, and he's listening to the show.
Walking the walk.
On the Bob and Tom app with his Raycon earbuds. Got him for his birthday. Thank you very much. Loves them. When we come back, we got something about Uranus.
Yeah.
No, Christy, the planet. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 7 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Hey, Bourbon and Beyond at the Highland Festival grounds at the Kentucky Expo Center coming up this Thursday through Sunday. Rock and roll live music. It's going to be great. And the Bob and Tom Show will be celebrating with a live appearance. That's right. Friday morning, we'll be coming to you live from 4th Street Live in Louisville, along with our special guest, Donnie Baker, and his band, the Pork Pistols. Also, not scheduled to appear on the Bob and Tom Show, but scheduled to appear at Bourbon and Beyond. Pearl Jam, the Doobie Brothers, Greta Van Fleet, Kings of Leon, Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. Of course, Mike Campbell with the Tom Petty Band, great guitarist. Crowded House and, 56 other bands and artists. It's going to be a great weekend in Louisville, and we will be in the heart of it all this Friday morning, again, live from 4th Street Live, and you can come out and watch. It's free. Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols will be performing. It's going to be a great morning this Friday live in Louisville. Hope you can join us on the radio, and if you're in Louisville, come out and join us live. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Geno Smith threw 2 first-half touchdown passes. Denver fumbled twice at the 1-yard line in the second half, and the Seahawks beat the Broncos 17-16 in Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. Brandon McManus missed a 64-yard field goal attempt with 20 seconds left, and the Seahawks escape another wild victory involving Wilson at quarterback, except this time Wilson the opponent. And there'll be plenty of questions about Denver coach Nathaniel Hackett's late-game clock management and decisions in his first game. From Dallas, Cooper Rush is going to be filling in for an injured Dallas Cowboy quarterback Dak Prescott for the foreseeable future. Word yesterday, Prescott with a broken thumb will miss at least 8 weeks. Major League Baseball and interleague action, Texas and Miami split a doubleheader. In the American League, Cleveland, Houston, and Toronto, your winners. And in the National League, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, the Dodgers, and San Francisco all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Swear to God.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook and Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, "Say it to my face!" And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called "Oh, No, You Didn't." Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, "Oh, no, you didn't."
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Coming this Thursday on ABC, he's the luckiest guy alive. It's Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates.
What's wrong, Cindy? It's this darn brassiere. It keeps pinching.
Oh, yeah. Feeling fine.
Yeah, mine's pinching a bit, too. Let's just take them off. Okay.
Hello. He's living rent-free and getting an eyeful.
Cindy, what do you think of my new negligee? Do you think it fits? Oh, yeah, it looks great. What do you think of mine?
He's invisible and insatiable.
Gee, Cindy, this bed sure feels lumpy. Boy, that's uncomfortable.
Come to Papa. You know you want it.
Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates. Followed by the fast-paced action of pro basketball with a moral twist. Meet Carl Goodman, Amish power forward.
We have worked together, my friends. We shared the ball with he who was open, and were blessed when 2 points were bestowed upon us. Now we must pray. Oh, merciful God above us.
It's Carl Goodman, Amish power forward, right after Invisible Dave and his 2 stacked roommates. Thursday on ABC.
Ye be thar.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Pizza Hut, apparently, is going to start delivering cold beer along with their food.
No kidding.
What? They started the testing beer delivery program in Phoenix, Arizona.
And it passed with flying colors.
Yeah, everyone took it.
Yeah.
So how do you prove that you're of illegal age?
The company told Fortune magazine it plans to expand that.
I'd like a large pizza, please.
And 40 beers.
And Jesus said, "Take this bread and eat it. It is my body." And the disciples said, "Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet." We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Hi-ho at the upside sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Willie Griswold's still down with the COVID. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Tom.
We're going to get back to the sports desk shortly. I will once again remind you of the Pigskin Pick'em competition, week 2 up and running. bobandtom.com/contest. Pick the winners of next week's games starting Thursday night and ending Monday night. In the NFL, of course, is what I'm talking about. You could win the Big Green Egg Mini-Max to see how smart you are. Not even picking against the spread. Then you'll be able to come with Chick McGee on the shoe-in of the week. Now, we have a winner this week. You just don't know who it is yet.
All right.
For week 1, so we'll certainly look forward to finding out what that's all about. Right now, sorry, can you get that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Jeff Oskey sitting in for Dick Hitswater, who is sitting in for Art Deco. And this is Some Other News.
Hey, Jeff. Good morning.
Here's an interesting fact. Today is National Defy Superstition Day.
Oh.
It is celebrated on September 13th every year, and it's a day on which people are encouraged to defy a superstition.
Oh, okay.
For example, you could open an umbrella inside a building. Of course, if you do it at work, people are bound to look at the umbrella and say, "That is bad luck." That's when you shoot a flare at the building's sprinkler system and say, "Seems like good luck to me." Here are some other popular superstitions. You You might know that it's considered bad luck to walk under a ladder. But did you know if there's a woman in a skirt standing on the ladder, it is also considered a misdemeanor. Allegedly breaking a mirror can bring you 7 years of bad luck. If it's in your bathroom, it can lead to 7 years of broccoli stuck between your teeth. Some people believe knocking on wood will prevent bad luck. But be careful, if you knock 3 times on the ceiling, Tony Orlando will show up, which is way, way worse. And finally, in South America, they believe if someone sweeps your feet with a broom, you will never get married. Though, in more progressive South American countries, they believe if a Roomba bumps into your feet, it means you will marry a sex robot. This has been Jeff Osgay sitting in for Dick Hitswater, who was sitting in for Art Deco, and this has been some other superstitious news.
Thank you very much. Marry a Roomba.
No, thanks.
No, very good, very good. We return to the sports desk with Mr. Chick McGee.
Stupid world record. All right, here we go. David Rush has broken his own record for
what?
The most marshmallows caught in his mouth shot off a homemade catapult. Is everybody up to speed?
Yeah. Now, again, when he catches the marshmallows, then he spits them into a bowl.
All right.
A bowl.
So I just want to make it clear that his mouth isn't filling with marshmallows.
No, he would choke.
Well,
here's hoping. David and Jonathan Hollywood Hannon took on the record. He and his brother-in-law, Kevin,
dragging others into
broke this past Father's Day weekend, though their final count of 59 is still pending adjudication.
This past Father's Day weekend?
That's what it's when they broke it.
Well, their original record they set on Father's Day weekend. They broke it on the
okay,
on the what is it, Kelly and Ryan show? What is it called now?
Oh, it is Kelly.
Oh, they were on that thing.
He and Jonathan still able to up the ante. A total of 77 catches. That's the new record. Yeah, they broke it on live with Kelly and Ryan. And it'll be
the first one,
hopefully, in the Guinness World 2023.
They're catapulted in his mouth, and the first one lodges in his windpipe. And fortunately, Kelly gives him mouth to mouth and rescues him.
No, how about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you ever been kissed by a praying mantis? I'm Kelly.
Kelly Ripa's cute.
Very nice. Good luck with that.
Tiny little thing.
Like banging a
praying
hobby
mantis
horse.
would be the Maria Shriver looks like a praying mantis.
She's still pretty as well.
Now, for the next record, if you read the whole article, they're going to do it with s'mores.
Wow, that would be.
Now you got some.
Nice hot.
Some bruises.
You ever taken a bite of a s'more and had your tongue, that molten marshmallow / lava?
No.
We should ask Joey Chestnut how many s'mores he could eat, you think?
That'd be a tough contest.
I wonder,
sure would.
I wonder how many pizza rolls Ace could put away. How many in a bag?
About 18.
18.
What do you typically do for a pizza roll dinner?
A whole bag?
Half of half. Half pepperoni, half combination.
But how many? That's the
In my younger days, I could put away 2 full boxes or more. And now,
okay,
it's a lot.
All right.
Did you hear what he does, though? He does half pepperoni and half, you don't know. Yeah. It's a surprise every time he bites into one.
Well, thank you very much. Is that sports?
No, and you know damn well it's not sports. And a runner in New Zealand completed a marathon while wearing a giant beer can costume.
You see this picture. You see 2 runners, and there's a giant beer can running next to them.
But the other runners, traditional running
Yes,
garb?
they're running.
What brand of beer was it?
I don't know what.
I don't know. He said he was blown over by he was wearing a can of beer, so he was blown over by strong winds during the race, causing him to fall over at one point.
Party foul.
He said, "No damage to me, but the can will need some repairs."
Christy, I don't know if it's a real brand or not.
What is
What's it say?
It says
Puffers.
Super Quench.
Super Quench.
Yeah.
Super chunk. Super.
I don't know,
I don't know.
but obviously it's in New Zealand or whatever. So.
Oh, there you go.
One of them silly Kiwi brand.
Yeah. But
just a hint of kiwi.
Yeah. I mean, can you see it?
There's a Super Quench. Yes.
I mean, obviously, it's doing this to memorialize when the Greek soldier, remember the famous original marathon. What did he run? 25 miles, to announce the big victory in battle. Then he dropped dead.
26.2 or something? He dropped dead. Yeah.
And of course, in honor of he had a beer before he left.
Right. Of course, certainly.
As far as I know, yeah, I don't know if it's a real beer or not. But that guy's nipples have to be just brutally chafed.
The beer can guy?
Oh yeah. Can you imagine rubbing against a big piece of aluminum that whole time? Is that sports?
Yeah, that's.
I don't think Super Quench is a beer.
Rocky, this is what you farted for.
Christy!
Officials are asking mourners to stop leaving Paddington-themed items for the Queen. As part of her Platinum Jubilee celebrations earlier this year, the Queen starred in a video short with Paddington Bear. It was absolutely adorable. They're sitting there having tea, and the Queen pulls out a marmalade sandwich out of her handbag.
Paddington grabs the tea and takes it and drinks it right out of the serving.
Yes, he does. Out of the teapot.
The teapot.
Yes.
Then he hands it to her.
Out of the server pour. Why don't they call it the server pour? That's what it does.
And then he asks her what's in her handbag, and she opens her handbag and pulls out the marmalade sandwich.
Does she?
So I can enjoy it later, is what she says.
Sounds cute.
Following the monarch's death, mourners have been leaving Paddington toys, jars of marmalade, and even sandwiches at Green Park next to Buckingham Palace.
Attracting the homeless or what?
And vermin.
The BBC.
Well, one and the same.
Yeah.
Sally Nugent had told viewers that officials are suggesting there are enough Paddingtons and marmalade sandwiches in the parks at the moment, so please feel free to bring flowers, but maybe don't bring any more Paddingtons or marmalade sandwiches.
How about you let people grieve however they want?
Yeah. Silly.
Well, those.
Oh no, we have more bears to give to kids.
Well, Prince Andrew's collecting them. He calls them future bait.
Yeah, you know what? Then it is a problem.
Yikes.
Checking the traps, right? Right, Godwin?
I know that the Queen planned her whole funereal celebration, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, serious.
No, yeah.
She planned the route, et cetera, and the various things. But I guess Prince Andrew is planning his as well. So he's asked for puppies, condoms, candy, and lube.
Boy, for whatever reason, that last one.
Yeah,
really,
right?
That hit a little hard.
It really did.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
No, this isn't.
The puppies. The bait.
A lot going on.
No, yeah.
Okay, we got a letter from a tow truck driver.
Okay.
We were talking about the drive-in movie theaters and I don't know if they still do this, but there was a particular, I can't imagine they do.
No.
There was an era, I want to say late 70s, maybe early 80s.
Early 80s,
when various drive-in theaters, A, existed, and B, would show pornographic movies. And I can remember driving down Interstate 80 and suddenly seeing this porno on the drive-in as I whipped by. I also remember flying into, I think it was Tampa, as the plane was in the flight path down, I looked down and, oh my God. This is from Matt. He writes, hey, dummies.
Hey.
I worked for a towing company in Fairborn, Ohio, right near Patterson Air Force Base.
Right, Pat, yeah.
The Air Force Base was surrounded by large rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled a lot of cars off those rocks right across from the Skyborn Drive-In.
That's the one I was telling you about yesterday.
Usually men starting to see the pornographic movie on the screen.
Without wanting to pay to actually be at the drive-in?
Yeah. I think they're driving by and oh, my God.
Oh, I see.
Boys will be boys.
Wow.
Yeah, I can remember being so shocked. And then you kind of slow down for a minute and then, wow. There you go. So you've been to that drive-in?
Yeah, I've been by it many times, and I've been inside it a couple times.
Okay. Did you have that yourself?
No, Pat?
Certainly.
Yeah. That kind of ties into this, actually. Got a request for something from Mr. Pat Godwin. It involves a story that's come up a couple times in the last year. It involves a TikTok trend. Very, very unfortunate trend in which people are putting the sun, they're tanning, if you will, their perineum. This is the area between the beehole and the front naughty. And a according to the Insider, the controversial practice involves exposing the genitals to the sun for a period of time. Now, the claim of these of the TikTok people, who have, of course, no medical credentials of any kind, is that this is somehow getting vitamin D to an area of your body that needs it. Any qualified physician will tell you that's false. But the headlines came out, it was about 6 months ago, when Josh Brolin, the very fine actor, admitted that he had tried doing this and got a severe sunburn on his underside, if you will. But there are experts. In fact, they quote a dermatologist named Dr. Dustin Portella, who warns about developing skin cancer, et cetera, and suggesting this is not a good idea to sun the perineum. So they also discuss in the same article.
Yes, please, more.
Anus bleaching.
Not everyone's asleep yet.
God, let him play the song.
You ready, Pat?
God.
I was ready 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I can never tell if he's going to be ready. So.
That's not the case here. Nothing could be finer than some sun on your vagina in the morning. Nothing keep you sweeter than to tan under your Peter in the morning. Well, the sun don't normally shine between the beehole and the nutties. Yes, some rays on that behind. Oh, you trendy hearties. Man, you gotta see them tanning the perineum in the morning. Legs up in the air with no panties on down there makes me horny. Ladies, tan your taints if for only a day, and that big vitamin D energy is coming your way. Nothing could be finer than some sun in your vagina in the morning.
It really means it. Oh, nothing could be finer.
Take off your coat and sun on your scrot.
Burn my taint.
Oh,
nothing is more fun than
baby,
browning up your bun.
Baby, grab the aloe.
Yikes.
Put that aloe on my a-hole.
How about aloe? Put that aloe on my a-hole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our producer is shaking his head. Apparently, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Well, no aloe on the aloe. Anyway, so please don't take your medical information from TikTok or the internet. Talk to a qualified medical professional before you do some of this idiotic stuff.
Selective, what do they call that?
Natural
selection, yeah.
Can you imagine having a sunburn down there?
Oh, man.
I mean, I have had my share of sunburns in my life.
Think about how bad it hurts on the top of your head.
Right.
One of the worst sunburns is the back of the knees.
Oh, yeah.
You ever get that one?
You forget how much that area touches and the fabric, and oh, man, yeah, awful.
But sunburned in the groin area. I mean, that's some sensitive stuff. I know, Christy, you were telling me when you got that perineum tattoo that hurt you for weeks.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
And then you had it removed, which is
it's a shame. It's a shame that guy had such a big name. If only his name had been like Bob or Tom.
Well, that's why I got Mom on mine.
See, that's the two M's, right? Yeah.
Is there a book, Confessions of Tattoo Artists, about the worst requests that they've ever had?
Oh, I'm sure.
Tattoo Mom on my tape.
We need to talk to my tattoo guy, Donnie. He'd be amazing.
Doesn't he turn down certain requests?
Absolutely, because he's a reputable tattoo artist, and he won't put a name on anything on anybody's face. He really makes you think before you have a name put on you anywhere.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk to him.
Man, he's talented too.
Oh, he's very good.
Yeah, I tell you, I thought that the tattoo that I forget when this came out, the story about Aaron Rodgers, that tattoo he has is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a whole history on it, but I mean it's really precisely drawn and very, very well done.
What is it? I don't remember.
It's a wild,
very complicated.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was done by a draftsman
it
or
looks like
draftsperson, whatever you call it.
A Dark Ages map or something.
Right. But it's really cool, and it's not like he walked into a mall and said,
oh, yeah.
Can I get Chuck E. Cheese on my arm? And
you cannot say that about his haircut. His current haircut is a little wild.
No.
Okay, I haven't seen the new one, but yes,
he looks like John Hammond, Baby Driver, exactly.
Okay,
that
all right.
very
well, before he
scary.
Before he looked like
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Con Air, yeah.
Coming up in the news, Christy Lee.
We have a lot of news coming up. We have a Jeff Bezos rocket that didn't do so well on liftoff.
Uh-oh.
If you like your apple pie, we're going to talk apple pie.
I love apple pie.
Do you love apple pie?
I'm not afraid to say
This is a huge controversy.
Yeah.
So do I.
Is this about putting a... I have no idea.
Yeah, don't.
Okay,
I bet
guess.
you
And would you follow your GPS anywhere?
No.
Well, some people would.
Also coming up, we're going to talk with Kostaki Economopoulos, our NFL correspondent. Speaking of the NFL, our Pigskin Pick'em Week 2 contest up and running. You can win the Big Green Egg Mini Max. We'll have a winner for our first week coming up.
And we have an answer to why the blanket looks crooked on
the casket,
on the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference between a coffin and a casket?
Yes, there is.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. I will educate you.
All right,
You
great.
get coffin, you're going to end up in a casket.
That's right.
We have also Bill Burr is scheduled to be our guest a little later today. We'll certainly look forward to talking to Mr. Burr, who, among other things, recently played Fenway Park.
That's cool, man.
The great baseball stadium as a stand-up.
Oh, not the bowling alley.
Yeah, that's all coming up.
Okay.
This
Fenway.
is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you really save before we stick you in the grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Good morning to you. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. And you can see the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. Next thing you know, you can be watching the show while it happens. We've got cameras in studio. There's Chick McGee asking about Ace Cosby's joke of the... Oh, there's Ace Cosby telling his joke of the day. There's Chick McGee's reaction. That's how it happens on the YouTube. You get to see it while you hear it. Yes, and for those of you that like to listen to it while you listen to it, keep it here all morning long on Bob and Tom 24/7. On the way this morning, Kostaki Economopoulos and Bill Burr on a Tuesday, September 13th. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Succession and Ted Lasso were the top winners at the Emmy Awards last night. Succession, a drama about a media empire run by a cutthroat family, ended up splitting the series honors with Squid Game, the South Korea-based drama about rich folks turning poor into fodder for their own entertainment. Lee Jong-jae, star of Squid Game, made Emmy history, becoming the first Asian to win the Emmy for Best Drama Series Actor. Meanwhile, Jason Sudeikis won his second straight Emmy for the comedy Ted Lasso. The man who shot John Lennon outside his Manhattan apartment building in 1980 has been denied parole again. It's the 12th time Mark David Chapman has been turned down for parole. Word of the decision by prison officials in New York State comes about 2 weeks after Chapman met with the parole board. He has called his actions despicable and said in 2020 that he'd have no complaint whatsoever if he was kept in prison for the rest of his life. Mark David Chapman will be available for parole again in February of 2024. And renowned jazz pianist Ramsay Lewis has died. His music entertained fans over more than a 60-year career that began with the Ramsay Lewis Trio and made him one of the country's most successful jazz musicians. His son reports he died at his home in Chicago yesterday at the age of 87. Ramsay earned 3 Grammy Awards and 7 gold records during his career. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Row at Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We're in a gym today to find out what athletes need after they've had a big workout. Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
You look pretty sweaty.
Yeah. I just jogged 5 miles. I did the weights. Did some step aerobics. God, I'm dying.
What do you need after a big workout like that?
I could use a big glass of water.
Water?
Yeah.
You don't want water. You need something to replace your bodily fluids. Get you back on your feet again.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what do you got?
Here, try this.
What is it?
Thirspiration Plus.
Thirspiration Plus, huh?
Replaces all your bodily fluids after a big workout.
All right, I'll try it. Jesus, what is that? Tastes like sweat.
It is sweat. Well, a little coloring. We added some carbonation, but
What are you trying to do to me?
Thirspiration Plus replaces all your bodily fluids lost during a big workout.
Manager!
Thirspiration Plus. Bodily sweat and icy cold jug.
Come here, you crazy son of a...
I can borrow your shirt and your shorts for later.
You're sick!
Thirspiration Plus. Lemon lime, tropical punch, or clear.
Can I borrow your shorts for later?
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. So that's how you know you're too high.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. They put the F in profession.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold. Hi. He's at the upside sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Manning that track phone hotline hot phone. Willie Griswold's still on the DL. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
I got something, an incredibly obscure request coming up involving Peyton Manning and the Queen of England.
Really?
Believe it or not.
And speaking of the Queen, I was musing earlier, why does that blanket look crooked on her coffin?
And?
Well, the biggest difference between a casket and a coffin is the shape. Caskets are one big rectangle with 4 sides. Coffins are tapered at the feet and the head, and wide at the shoulders. They have 6 sides. That's coffins, 6 sides.
Okay.
So why is the flag draped in a manner?
Hang on. Yes.
So what does this have to do with the way her...
Well, because if it has a narrow side down
Right.
at the bottom, the blanket will...
It's not going to fit correctly.
See, it's physics.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Another key difference is the lid. caskets have a lock and can't possibly be. No. Caskets have a lid with hinges that can swing up to reveal either half of the body or the entire body, whereas coffins have a removable lid that is usually either entirely lifted on or off.
Can you choose to be buried in a coffin?
I think you can.
I'd love that.
Can you
Is she in
choose
a
to be?
coffin or a casket?
Wait a minute. Can you choose to be put lie in state with just the bottom half showing?
Well, coffins are tapered at the feet, causing the blanket to look crooked.
Okay, so she's in a coffin.
Okay.
But again, you said that with a casket, you can have either side open.
No, the top or the bottom.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I'm saying, can you just open the bottom?
I guess you could.
Yeah, if it's a great field goal kicker, you want to see his feet, I guess.
I had always heard that the bottom half of a coffin was closed because when they filled a man up with embalming fluid, they knew that they had put enough in when he became erect. And so the bottom half of the coffin was closed, so you didn't see a giant boner.
Well, that's not true because there's open coffin. I mean, the whole.
Well, then
that's a great urban legend, though, and I want you to stick with it.
In 1700, English law changed to allow people of all creeds and classes to be buried in coffins. Prior to this, only the wealthy were buried in coffins, and everybody else just wrapped in a shroud.
Oh, everyone's created equal now. Thank you, Jay.
The six-sided coffin.
Yeah, that's what I want to be buried in.
A traditional coffin.
Yes, the old vampire-looking thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, I want to say a special hello to Tommy Bowen, who is recovering. Tommy, thanks for listening. We certainly appreciate it. He had a little rough thing happen on my birthday.
Uh-oh.
April 22nd of this year, he was in a serious accident, but he's doing great now. Hey, Tommy, we certainly appreciate your listening. And
Was it caused by his own stupidity?
What?
Does the letter say anything about that?
Does it say anything about what kind of accident it was? And was he stupid?
He was doing his morning devotional, lighting his Chick McGee candle.
Oh. Yes.
When
was he out in the middle of the road?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
Tommy, I guess I could say what an honor it is to be unfairly insulted by Chick McGee.
Well,
I had a classmate, high school guy. His first name was Tab.
Yeah.
He laid in the middle of the road. He was drunk, passed out in the middle of the road. Car ran over.
And did he?
He did not. He did not live. Yeah.
Wow. What are you doing?
Tab.
This guy.
So anybody got any wacky Tab cola jokes for this guy?
Well, alive though, right?
I remember when I heard that at the funeral parlor, the mother, a man came in and said, "Hey, this is the bouquet for on top of the casket," and the mom said, "Go ahead and just put it on my tab."
Even worse.
I liked that. He was a good guy.
Are you happy? Anyways, Tommy, look what you've caused. We're trying to say a nice hello to you.
Another kid got drunk and passed out and fell into a bush, and they didn't find him until 3 or 4 days later.
Did he freeze to death or something?
Yeah, he was dead.
Oh my God.
Well,
hey, this is just life,
does he
Tom.
have a clever name that we can
Barry?
We can.
No, he has.
We found Barry in the bush.
Barry. No, his name
we had to
was,
pick Barry out of the bush.
His name was last name was Boysenberry though.
This will
Hello,
help.
Bob and Tom show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Yeah,
Donnie, how are you? Is everything good?
I'm fine. I heard Chick bragging about knowing more about caskets than anybody.
That's right.
You know, caskets are rectangular, and you said coffins are tapered at the end.
Yep.
I'll raise you one, Chick. You know there's one that's tapered at the top and tapered at the bottom, but round in the middle?
Huh.
It's not a casket, and it's not a coffin. It's called a Kardashian. I swear to God. And I'm sorry about Tab, but maybe we'll start a GoFundMe. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Don.
I need to have a word with you.
Now what?
Before you ruin everything again, I'm picking out Liffy's Halloween costume this year.
Okay.
What was
last
wrong
year
with
you
last year's?
You sent him to school at that Halloween party dressed up as a grand pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
Cute.
And the kids on his T-ball team gave him a grand pumpkin spiced wedgie. I swear to God.
So what is he going to be this year?
Well, this year I'm getting him a kick-ass costume. We're going to get some payback, too, because the fact remains, I probably know more about cool Halloween costumes than anybody I know has.
Really?
One year, my buddy Clay Stafford's, me and him went to this big Halloween party dressed up as Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we just kept patting down random chicks all night.
Oh, God.
Of course, that was back in the good old days when chicks appreciated a dude with a fake badge and wouldn't get all me too-y on you. Swear to God. The worst costume is when a chick wants to do one of them dumb couples costumes. You know, it's always something douchey like, hey, let's go peanut butter and jelly, or let's go sugar and spice. You know, I've got an idea. How about we go with my ass and your lips? Swear to God. Or how about I go as a wheelchair and Larry Flint and you grab one of your hot girlfriends? And you can take turns wheeling me around all night while the other one sits on my couch. Or how about you go as a chick who hates her father and wants to hurt him bad by hooking up with a badass lead singer from a prominent band? Or how about you go as a train, I'll go as a hobo. I'll spend all night trying to get inside your caboose. I swear to God. Or how about... And now I better run.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Whoopi's wrestling around with the neighbor's labradoodle.
Okay.
You better not get grass stains on them pants. They ain't getting washed again until you get back to your mom's.
Thanks.
Again, my deepest sympathies for Tab.
Thanks, Donnie. Much appreciated. Speaking of Donnie, Donnie's going to be joining us live along with the Pork Pistols coming up this Friday morning from 4th Street Live, downtown Louisville. We'll be there, and we'll have some special posters for those that get there early, commemorating the event, Bourbon and Beyond.
Couldn't really tell what those posters were for. They were so busy.
Oh,
a lot going on.
Lord.
So busy.
Really, the slapdash design.
Well, see, I haven't printed them yet. I just got this is what they call, this is the
prototype?
The prototype, yeah. And it would be very easy to just click away from having the Josh Arnold puppet removed.
All right.
Big bushy mustache. And you'll notice the puppet doesn't have as much gray hair as you do.
Shots fired.
That's all right. I have no problems with my gray hair.
So I'll just
Very distinguished.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
take you off the poster, no problem. There's Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, 4th Street Live coming up Friday morning, ladies and gentlemen. We will be there.
Busy.
Okay, it's a nice poster. Thank you. Shout out to Tommy, which way that
legible font.
That went well. Poor guy. Suffering.
Poor Tommy.
Can't you even give us a hint as to what happened? I mean, he's going to be okay, right?
Okay, let's move on, shall we?
I can give you a hint.
What?
You know what? He said he's recovering. We're all thrilled to hear that.
Yes,
Right.
we are.
Want to hear the hint? What happened?
Okay.
You happy now?
But he's going to be okay, right?
Well, yeah. He was in a coma for a month.
And
Yikes.
Skin grafts aren't cheap, but still, I mean, yeah.
Poor kid.
Boy. Tommy, we
Hey,
we
when
wish
we
you the
come
best,
back, we're going to start the show all over again.
Now, by we, you mean the rest of us except for Chick.
Hey, yeah,
Don't you have aren't you feeling
headache?
I feel a headache coming on. I feel a Godwin coming on.
Got another request for you, Pat. Okay. I love that last one. A little pumpkin spice, please, when we come back. Okay, good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
I'm sorry? What did you say? From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah.
and I'm not moving on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay,
go
great.
ahead.
I'll have to call you back.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Dr. Will Miller, I'm Mark Allison. Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on this Tuesday. Kostaki Economopoulos with a look at the NFL. That's right. Week 1 in the books, an exciting finish to Week 1 last night. Monday Night Football came down to the wire. The Seattle Seahawks beating the Denver Broncos 17-16. A last-second field goal by the Broncos missed. Of course, it was from 64 yards out, so not a lot of kickers can hit that. But it was a exciting game, and that's the wrap on Week 1. And Kostaki will be here to talk all about it and make fun of your NFL team and make you feel better about your team losing this past week. Also, comedian Bill Burr will be along to make you laugh as well. He's getting ready to go out on a big tour nationwide for this Friday in Des Moines, Iowa at the Wells Fargo Arena. Friday, September 30th, Bloomington, Indiana at Assembly Hall. I've seen a concert there. Sunday, November 6th, Madison, Wisconsin at Allegiant Energy Center. It's comedian Bill Burr. BillBurr.com for more on his tour, and we'll be catching up with him in the 9 o'clock hour this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Tuesday morning. The Emmy Awards have spread honors around repeat winners Zendaya, Jason Sudeikis, and Jean Smart, and some first-timers like Cheryl Lee Ralph and Quinta Brunson of Abbott Elementary. Zendaya and Sudeikis won their second acting Emmys Monday, while Smart won back-to-back trophies for Hacks. So did Sudeikis' comedy Ted Lasso, which claimed the top comedy prize, and Succession, which took home the top drama honor. Ralph gave a rousing speech after winning supporting comedy actress for her first nomination. Brunson, who created Abbott Elementary, also took home a trophy with the best comedy series still to come. Lee Jung-jae of Squid Game won Best Drama Actor. A sign that the painful inflation of the past 18 months may be gradually easing could come later today when the government expected to report that the acceleration in U.S. prices slowed in August compared with a year ago for the second straight month. Economists have forecast that the report will show that prices jumped 8.1% from 12 months earlier, down from a four-decade high of 9.1% in June and 8.5% in July. That's a lot of numbers, if you follow. Sharply lower gas prices are behind much of the decline, along with the costs of used cars, airfares, and clothing. So maybe things are looking up. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em. And don't miss the Chick McGee Shoe-In of the Week, Thursdays on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know. They both make a living in their bare feet. Catching one is like a treat. And they both hang out right there by the shell. They both walk slow at a simple pace. Both afraid to show their face, but only one has a built-in place to hide. Turtles and whores, turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores. They both advertise a little tail, move so much and never get mail. They both go by the same nickname, Snapper. Daddy never told about the birds and bees, but always talked about both these and made it clear only one was fit to eat. Turtles and whores.
Yeah.
Turtles and whores. I love them turtles and whores.
Turtles and whores.
Now, if you catch one, here's some advice. One is dirty and the other ain't nice. So be polite and always walk up from behind.
Make small talk, never let them see fear. Don't work alone, just bait or bear. And when you're done, just drop them by the river. Turtles and whores.
Everybody.
Turtles and whores. I've caught both while fishing. I'm always on a mission. And they both hate the kitchen. Turtles and whores.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Blatant hostility.
Why would you carpet your ceiling?
He plays darts.
Maybe soundproofing or something. Maybe. I don't know. Christy at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin. Not Godwin, Godwin. And the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold, the upside sidekick chair.
Chicky, chicky, bang, bang.
Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Hey. Oh, you. Chicky, chicky, bang, bang. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
We have more letters endorsing Chick McGee and the Skyborn Drive-In Theater.
Here we go.
According to Dave, who said, by the way, watching the debut of King Chuck, the video was one of the most hilarious things you guys have done. Nice job on that, Noah, from our staff.
That's terrific.
And it's a fun song. King Chuck, a knockoff on the great Steve Martin's King Tut. And that's going to be visible tonight on the show. Is that right?
Some would call that a hat on a
right
hat.
now.
I don't.
He enjoyed it very much, but he writes, I grew up by the Skyborn Drive-In, Chick.
Here we go.
It was known locally as the Sky Porn.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
By the way,
we weren't very creative.
Tom, it was in the flight path for planes landing at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Yep.
I heard from various pilots they got quite a show as they landed at night.
Wow. I bet the guys in the Air Force there enjoyed it.
I wonder if anybody ever did a second pass,
folks.
Tower, we're gonna go. We're gonna just whip around east here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Well, I got to see where T-shirt takes the money to go.
Give a shot coming up.
I just want to see if this babe can ever walk again.
You see the size of this thing.
Now, speaking of our new video, and you got to get the Bob and Tom app. It's the best, and you can listen to your favorite station right there. You can find out the Bob and Tom Show, but also. You can get hooked up with the video, and I want to tell you right now that we have a special request. I have no idea what this story is anymore. This happened many years ago. This is Peyton Manning. We were talking to Peyton, and he starts talking about meeting the Queen.
Really?
Does anybody remember this?
No.
Well, someone out there listening did, and Dean dug it up.
All
here we go.
I guess probably the biggest surprise was on a Saturday. We were actually at the Kentucky Derby with like 10 of my teammates. All the offensive line, the tight ends were there. And my wife got a call on her cell phone from the White House, which it's like her number's not even registered at all, which tells you they can find anybody. Anytime. That is not a problem. And asking us to come to this event at the White House on Monday night with the Queen. And I'm like,
the Queen?
I'm not doing that. That sounds awful. And my mother's like, oh, no, you're going. But anyway, that was probably the biggest thing. That kind of came out of left field, and got to go and meet the Queen and the Prince, which was very limited conversation with both of them for me. Pretty much, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness.
That was it?
That was pretty much it for us.
Did they ask you for an autograph?
Did not. They did not. It was funny because they had a guy giving you the protocol, and he was very clear. He said, all right, look, here's the deal. Americans do not bow. You don't extend your hand unless she extends hers. Currently, she is extending her hand. Mr. Manning, you will go down the line. You'll stand next to the Prince. Mrs. Manning, you'll stand next to the President. Couldn't have been any more clear. And right in front of us was the jockey that had just won the Kentucky Derby, Calvin Burrell.
Right.
Really been on a whirlwind. I mean, wins the Derby. Now he's in white tie in the White House. And
significantly shorter than
I don't know. Yeah, it is. I don't know if he just thought maybe the Derby just kind of gave him a free pass or the rules didn't apply. But he walks right up in between the Queen and the First Lady, puts his arm around both of them. Kind of like you're just hanging out with the boys. Going, hey, all right, where's this picture here? And the Queen it looks very, very uncomfortable.
I'm
and I
sure.
swear there's a Secret Service guy like, did we take him out? Did we take him out? They're like, hold.
Aim low.
So after that, I felt like I couldn't screw up any worse than that. But my mom kind of was nervous because I'm kind of a patter. You know, football players, you're patters. You know, you're patting guys on the shoulder,
sure.
patting them on the
you don't want to
rear
slap
end.
her on the
Yeah,
butt.
exactly. So.
Good job, Queenie. Queenie.
Stay away from the royal thighs.
So I didn't do that.
Good
so.
for you.
But that was probably the most surprising and
Didn't I hear
pretty
that?
good experience.
Good morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, Chip.
Oh, my God. It's the... Well, hello, Your Majesty.
Oh, who's that darling soccer player, Peyton Manning there?
He is.
No, it's American football.
He's a footballer.
Oh, he's such a lovely boy.
We have Mr. Manning right here, actually.
Oh, yes, Petey Pooh, how are you?
Oh, I see. Well,
I'm doing fine.
Oh, wonderful. Listen, I quite enjoyed the game.
Oh, the Super Bowl?
No, last night.
Oh, you watched the preseason game?
Oh, I watch every game you play in, Peyton.
Oh, really?
You have preseason football in the UK?
Well, I'm quite upset, though.
Why is that?
Why did they put that other fellow in? I thought you were doing quite nicely.
Oh, it's a preseason. They need to see everyone play.
Oh, that sounds a bit like socialism.
A little bit.
Yes, thank you very much, Your Highness.
That was Peyton Manning talking about meeting the Queen. I think it's hilarious that someone at the White House is able to get his wife's phone number just like that.
Yeah, well.
They've got connections.
They sure do.
That was funny. We have a request, Pat.
Yep.
Donnie Baker called and said that last year, Christy made Wolfie for Halloween dress up as I believe it was a grande pumpkin spice latte.
Well, it's very popular.
Great costume.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen this year. I guess
No.
we got a grande wedgie, apparently. But you have a tribute to the pumpkin spice. I know it's out there right now.
I do. Here we go. July's got the sunshine. Oh, April has the showers. January's got the snow, and May brings all the flowers. November's got the turkey, December's got Christ, but October's got the pumpkin spice. Come on now. Pumpkin spice, yeah, pumpkin spice, yeah. A little in my latte would sure be nice, but keep it out of my shampoo. Can I give you some advice? Go easy on the pumpkin spice. You know I like it in a candle. I don't mind it in my tea. Oh, I love it in hooch, even though it's bad for me. Going out of my gourd, headed to rehab at Bedford, 'cause I'm drinking whiskey with the pumpkin spice. I'm addicted to the stuff. Help me out now. Pumpkin spice, yeah, pumpkin spice. Put it in your madam, you'll make your dookie smell nice. Oh, but don't put it in your douche, oh, 'cause no one wants to smooch a cooch that smells like pumpkin spice.
Speak for yourself.
Pumpkin spice, yeah, pumpkin spice. Leave it out of my Doritos and my pizza slice. For you freaks who want a pumpkin, try it with a splash of pumpkin. Oh, get sleazy with the pumpkin spice. Oh, the caves, they got spelunkin'. Donuts got the Dunkin'. James Brown, they put the funk in. But October's got the pumpkin spice.
Oh, that is so nice. Do not Google Blumpkin.
No.
You'll regret it if you do.
Maybe you'll end up being one of the things you're interested in.
It'll turn you on.
Could be.
Doubt it very much. Now, coming up, Christy, what have you got over there?
Well, we have time to do something.
Okay,
if
what do you got?
like. We talked about pumpkin spice. Let's go to apple pie, shall we?
Oh, I think apple pie is one of the more underrated, or underappreciated. I think people take it for granted.
Apple and peach pie are my two favorite.
Ever have a slice of cheese on an apple pie?
That's
I
where
never
we're going.
have.
Yeah.
If you've ever felt that apple pie might be missing a certain something, some people suggest topping it with
A slice of cheese.
cheddar cheese.
American cheese.
Writing
cheddar
for
cheese.
the Takeout, Lauren Harwick explained that adding cheddar cheese to apple pie appears to be a Vermont phenomenon. though a hunk of cheese is often served on the side.
I got a hunger for a hunk of cheese.
The unorthodox garnish is not without controversy, however. Harwick said she polled her social media followers about it. 45% those responded say they'd never tried cheddar cheese on apple pie and never will.
Me. Yeah, I never have either. I'm aware of it, but never done it.
21% love it. 30% said they would give it a shot.
Godwin, have you done it?
Mm-mm. We didn't do that.
Ace?
Nope, never done it.
See, to me, vanilla ice cream.
Exactly.
Well, sure.
That's where
I think they call it a la ice cream, don't they?
A la ice cream. Oh, that's what the French say? Okay, good to know.
the tradition of cheese with apple pie and its accompanying motto, an apple pie without the cheese is like a kiss without the squeeze, apparently has English roots.
I see.
Squeeze your ace.
What?
Hey, Josh, what were you saying? Hanker for, what was it, a hunk of cheese?
I got a hunger for a hunk of cheese.
Well.
When my get up and go has got up and went, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When I'm dancing, I hold down and my boots kind of slow down. Or anytime I'm weak in the knees. I hanker for a hunk of, a slab or slice and chunk of, a snacker is a winner, and yet won't spoil my dinner. I hanker for a hunk of cheese.
What is that?
I love that guy.
Yeah, what is that?
He was like this weird cheese
had
piece.
a cowboy hat?
Yeah, with real skinny legs and a cowboy hat, and he would dance around. It was from like the Cheese Commission or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it a commercial?
Yeah.
Oh.
He always showed
Just for generic commercial for just all kinds of cheese.
Cartoon for cheese.
It's great.
It's nice. Yeah, I'm not going to be critical. In fact, I've sent an email to Ms. Hooker from our staff to fix us up coming up tomorrow or the next day with apple pie, and we'll try it with some cheese on it.
Terrific.
I want to give it a shot. I learned a lesson about trying stuff on this show.
You did?
Remember we scoffed at the notion of putting peanut butter on a hamburger?
Oh, that was
delicious.
Delicious.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's one of those things you think, oh, that's disgusting.
The famous restaurant
take a
by
bite.
Purdue University, Triple X, that's their #1 burger. Peanut butter on the burger.
But a lot of people show up at that place thinking they're getting something besides peanut butter in their
Is
burger.
Chloe here?
Yeah. Great root beer, too.
I'd like that cheeseburger with peanut butter on it. You know what I mean.
There's not enough pubic hair on my Coke. That's on the side. So we're going to try it coming up this week, I hope.
All right.
Cool.
I may have to call our pie lady to get one of her apple pies.
No, we want more of a traditional apple pie. She gets all fancy and weird.
What do you mean fancy and weird?
She does.
It's delicious.
I'm not saying it's not delicious, but we just want a basic apple pie.
Buy some of those raisin.
You want to put Velveeta on it?
Cookies.
No, we want to put cheddar cheese on it.
Cheddar, not Velveeta. That's different.
It is?
Yeah, Velveeta's...
Velveeta's cheese product, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And weren't you telling me this, chick, that Velveeta's clear when they make it?
Yep.
And they have to add the color?
That's right. Ew. It could be blue. You want it blue, they'll make it blue.
How about that? Blue cheese. Who'd ever heard of it?
That's crazy.
No, but never mind. You want purple, they'll make it purple. There, how's it?
Coming up, I'll remind you, we have our
what's blue and yellow?
season-long competition, your opportunity to win the Pigskin Pick'em. Every week we have a new winner. We'll find out who our winner is from this first week of the NFL season coming up probably today or tomorrow. You can enter it the next week because the week starts, remember, Thursday nights and ends Monday nights. And you could win yourself the Big Green Egg Mini Max. All you got to do is pick the winners. You don't even have to go against the spread. All the information's at bobandtom.com/contest. Here's something interesting. 42% of guys out there experience moderate to extensive hair loss in their lifetime.
I'm one of them.
There are options if you start early. Roman, the folks that are familiar on this show with, I think with you, because we talked about the great access they have to various pharmaceuticals in the world of erectile dysfunction prevention. Roman now has clinically proven medications to help treat hair loss. And you can find out all the details by going to getroman.com/BT show. Roman also offers specially formulated shampoos and conditioners with ingredients that fortify and moisturize hair to make it look fuller. Find out about prescription treatments and other over-the-counter treatments by going to getroman.com/BT show. You start with a free online visit, then a U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is in fact appropriate, Roman will ship it directly to you in a discreet package with their famous free 2-day shipping. Treatment start at just $20. Get all the details. GetRoman.com/BT show. And Roman has a special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners. 20% off your first order. That's GetRoman.com/BT show. 20% off. Coming up, the biggest name in American comedy, Kostaki Economopoulos. Coming up later, another big name, Bill Burr, will be our guest. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Morning laughter.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
On Monday night, Charles and his siblings, Anne, Andrew, and Edward, their heads bowed, briefly stood vigil around their mother's flag-draped coffin as members of the public filed past. He's already sounded his warnings publicly. Now the Twitter whistleblower who has warned of security flaws at the social media site will sound off before the Senate Judiciary Committee today. His disclosures of security flaws, privacy threats, and lax controls at Twitter have raised alarms about the platform, and his comments will get attention from lawmakers who've expressed concern about the safety of such powerful tech platforms. And firefighters in Birmingham, Alabama, had to use a ladder truck to rescue some dogs from a downtown kennel. The drama unfolded when 2 workers and some animals at Dog Days of Birmingham began to have breathing problems after a new sealant was put on the concrete floor that was being refinished. The smaller dogs kept on the ground floor were taken out through the front door, but 13 larger dogs kept one floor up, couldn't go out that way. So they were taken out through the roof and plucked off the roof by the ladder truck. All of the people and the dogs are A-OK. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning to you. If sports is your thing, then you need to order Magic Johnson Sportscasting my way. You'll learn to butcher grammar like it's a dead cow.
Sometimes Charles do things and he does them for himself. See, what the fans should understand here is that Phoenix don't like to really set up half court.
Magic's insights will teach you how to lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
You know, he's amazing. Every time he does something crazy or something
Nobody can abruptly switch to a completely different thought like the Magic Man.
He's one of the best. If he get his feet set, hey, look out. And then also, he's having a good game. He had a good first game.
Contradictory thoughts in the same sentence? Like magic.
Kevin stumbled because his leg gave out on him in a sense. And so it's not 100% that leg, but he's doing, he's playing really well. He's not like he's favoring it at all.
Magic. Angler.
Dan Marley is continually to help offer Byron Scott.
To get Magic Johnson sportscasting my way, call 1-800.
Oh, get it out of here.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Dwight Slade.
I think they're overdoing the IDing for liquor. We ID under 65. Bring your walker.
Yeah.
I got carded the other day, and it's like, look into my eyes. You ever seen a 21-year-old with this much hate and bitterness in their eyes?
Yeah.
Let's not count the birthdays. Let's count the dark angels. The people who think and cluck at the same time.
How does that work?
You ask them a question. You go, hey, are we doing dinner tomorrow? Dinner tomorrow. What are you, an Aborigine? Answer the question. I want to go to dinner. You're hunting for Coke bottles. Let's go.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi.
Did you lose something, Christy?
Yeah, I lost the weather. I don't know what happened to it.
I'll go outside and check.
I have it memorized. I just don't.
There's Josh
there
Arnold
it
at
is.
the upside sidekick desk.
Hello.
I'll throw out a zip code. You tell me the weather for me.
Ace Cosby.
All right, hold on. Let me
Willie
get...
Griswold on
sorry.
the DL. I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We're getting ready to hook up with, there he is, Kostaki Economopoulos. He is our official NFL correspondent. Week 1 officially over, and I'll remind everyone you can enter the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em. Pick all the games. You don't even have to go against the spread. Whoever gets the most every week will be the winner of a Big Green Egg Mini-Max. As I like to say, the Big Green Egg is the Rolls-Royce of grilling devices. Chick McGee, you like to say...
The Big Green Egg is the
Rolls-Royce.
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 Rolls-Royce is the Big Green Egg of cars.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's what I like to say. How about that, Kostaki?
Mid-season form, baby.
That's right.
Kostaki, I follow your all-pro lines, your conglomeration of football jokes and fans. I don't mean to bloviate about it, as some think I am, but I really enjoyed your video yesterday with your NFL helmets.
Yeah, I tried a new thing. Come check it out. It's mini helmet theater.
Yes,
it got some good response. I think it's going to make an appearance next week.
Tom, what he does is he takes these tiny little NFL helmets, and two of them talk to each other, and they sort of roast one another and stuff like that.
Oh, nice!
It's very funny.
That is funny.
Thanks, buddy.
Now, once again, you mentioned all pro lines. That is where you will find Kostaki Economopoulos and lots of jokes about the NFL. Your thoughts about the season's first week?
Oh, I'm so excited. The NFL's back. It was so exciting. It killed the Queen, right?
Whoa.
I think that means football is king now. The poor Queen will never get to see the Falcons win a Super Bowl. That's sad.
That is sad, isn't it?
My odds of seeing that are only slightly better. The Queen's passing was way more inspiring than Matt Stafford's. That was a sad passing on Thursday. You had a tough night at quarterback when your best play was a tackle. That's tough. The Queen's reign was 70 years, and we're worried about term limits here in America. She took the throne the same year Tom Brady was drafted. It's been a while.
Wow.
52, you see.
And if she had his diet and training program, she'd probably still be alive. Tom Brady's now the oldest quarterback to ever play an NFL game. His career is 22 years old, so too old for Crystalia. That's
Ooh, I would have kept with your theme and gone with Prince Andrew.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Just to keep the royal family thread throughout the bit, if you will.
So, preparations for the big funeral this week for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. Dak Prescott's going to miss several weeks. Dallas broke their Dak. That's always been a fear of mine. You don't want to break your Dak.
No.
You know why Dallas has the Lone Star? Because without Dak, that's how many stars they have. It's dry in Texas, so those Cowboy fan tears are going to help a lot. Sunday night, Dak was yelling at Audible, "Red Batman," which sounds like a code for when your lady is having her cycle. Hey, guys, I'll meet you at the bar. Red Batman. Okay. And then Sunday night, they were showing pictures of Cowboy Super Bowl rings. They should have to include items from the era in the pictures, like a Blockbuster video card, or, they're on top of a CD tower next to the yellow pages. It's been a while.
That's a great idea.
A Trapper Keeper, maybe. I don't know. One of those AOL CDs or 100 free hours.
Oh, God, remember those? I get them in the mail every day.
All the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I dial up.
You could be on the internet. Oh. The World Wide Web. World Wide Web's what they call it. Yeah.
What were we saying yesterday?
WWW.
Yeah, someone put the WWW in front of the.
It showed his age by
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he probably isn't all that computer savvy. He's got someone that does it for him.
Yeah. And it's obvious in the documentary or docudrama.
I just saw a commercial where the guy gets up there. You'll find us at www. Really?
World Wide Web.
Now, Kostaki.
Yes.
How are things going in the world of your newfound singledom? Once again, people are concerned because you're in the process of
uncoupling.
Uncoupling in a
yeah.
pleasant way. It's going pretty well.
Yeah, she's been great. We've been very generous with each other and sorting out plans and schedules. And it's
have you guys
gone
hooked
really
up?
well.
Have you hooked up since you broke up?
The backslide.
Couple drinks and kissy.
I haven't yet. It's weird. I would have thought that I would have, but
with
her.
Have I hooked up with her?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I didn't hook up with her for years.
Why start now?
There you go.
Now, Kostaki, all we can see is that big plant next to your head.
Real or fake?
That's about all I got. Yeah.
And come to think of it, that could be a painting.
Is it real or fake?
No, that's a plant right there.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have any other furniture?
I got a few things. I'm keeping it super minimalist. I like this place a lot. It's the location. We're walkable to so many great things. And we got a pool in the neighborhood. It's cool. This place is great.
Spoken like a divorced man.
What city are you living in technically?
We're right in the heart of Hollywood. We're in the middle of it all. We're right near the big kids school and the little kids school, and it's a good spot. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of hookers.
Did I tell you my theory about marriage?
What's your theory about marriage? I'm anxious to hear this.
Marriage to me is a lot like a pomegranate, right?
Right.
It's beautiful and complicated. You got to work at it. There's layers, And once in a while, you're like, oh, it's so sweet. And then you're like, damn it, a seed, So, and then after you have one, you're like, yeah, one of those is enough. I don't need to do that again. Right?
Okay.
I want a more efficient fruit delivery system.
I'm not sure pomegranate's all that relatable since I couldn't identify one and I've never had one.
You've never had a pomegranate?
Never had a pomegranate?
No.
I've never eaten one like that either.
What is it anyway?
Me either.
It's like a pear?
Purplish with seeds.
It's green on the outside, and you open it up, and it's like a purple color, and it's got.
The only reason
it's not like anything. It's its own category.
The only reason I know what a pomegranate is Ann Baxter says that to Charlton Heston in the Ten Commandments. She says, "Are her lips red like mine, like a pomegranate?"
You've never seen the juice called POM, P-O-M?
No,
never seen them.
Oh, that was.
I'm not suggesting, Kostaki, that the analogy of a marriage and a pomegranate isn't one of those relatables. Just not for me. But maybe try it with watermelon.
I'm sure it kills in Maui or whatever.
Guys.
Kostaki Economopoulos is our guest. Kostaki, I got some really nice letters about your recent live appearances. You're knocking them dead on the road, I understand. Which is nice.
Bakersfield was good fun. We sold it out. We had a table of lunatics there. It was great. There was some real good fans, and it was a fun show. I like that part of the world.
Now, All Pro Lines is your your one-stop shop for comedy about the NFL, and anybody can participate. Am I right?
Yeah, actually, that's a good segue to the next joke. Sometimes we'll post a fill-in-the-blank kind of situation and come join us and write some jokes. We did that. It was super simple this weekend because there were so many problems with the place kicking. So I just wrote, the kicking was so bad, blank, right? And just let people go bananas. And it was fun. You guys have a rim shot sound over there somewhere?
Of course.
Okay. The kicking was so bad. The Bengals are bringing in some Rockettes for tryouts. So that's bad kicking. The Bears just went down to that ass kicking contest to sign the one-legged guy. Bad kicking. The Steelers are bringing in Lieutenant Dan. You see?
Speaking of
Andy Richter got a call because he's a sidekick. Britney Spears got a call because she kicked her conservator to the curb. At least she kicked something, right? Robert Downey Jr. got a job. At least he kicked a habit. They're going to make all the kickers get Jameis Winston's LASIK surgery. That's how bad the kicking's been.
Can't see.
Right? I haven't seen this much of a focus on feet since the last Tarantino movie. Last one of these. The kicking was so bad. The only kicker who connected all of this week was the queen with the bucket.
You can provide more quality jokes. All Pro Lines. You'll find it on your favorite social media platform. Kostaki, are you on the road again anytime soon?
Yeah, next weekend. What day is this?
Today's Tuesday.
13th.
About 10 days. I'm going back out. Where am I going? I'm gonna be in. I'm doing Janesville, Wisconsin, Waterloo, Iowa, and then Mason City, Illinois.
All right. Those are some great gigs.
Fun.
Man, I bombed hard in Waterloo, Iowa once. That place is like my...
You Napoleon.
Like
worse than Toledo?
What is that place like?
Your Waterloo?
Like yeah, that's it.
Waterloo.
I'm sorry, you were actually setting up a joke. I thought this was like Toledo Part 2.
No, I was just doing the old Waterloo.
I see. Fine ABBA song that I...
Oh, you don't like it.
No,
I do.
I do too. Who doesn't love ABBA?
Me.
Very
Sorry for the honesty.
It's got an answer for you.
Okay. Well, Kostaki, are you setting up a profile now that you're a single dude again? Are you going to...
a dating profile?
Oh, God. I haven't done that yet. But
Just Greek?
At some point.
Just Greek.
You get a lot of interesting responses.
It's the biggest name in dating.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, would you consider doing an internet date?
Yes, of course.
What would you put in your profile? Would you put comedian in there?
That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't done
Single
anything like this
and ready to mingle.
Yeah, that's right.
Love walks on the beach.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, well, with your Greek hairs, loves soft rock music, walks on the beach, and sodomy.
Maybe don't write in your profile, I find relationships to be like a pomegranate.
Yeah, don't do that. One's enough. Don't do that.
It'll help weed out the riffraff. Don't know what the pomegranates are.
You never know.
That's a good point.
Now, Pat's the only one here that I know of. Oh, you've done the internet dating, right, Josh?
I did Match.com.
No, I never have.
Okay, Pat, you did it, right?
Yeah, I did for a very short time.
And didn't you do several of the services?
Check the traps in the morning.
Check the traps.
Checking the traps.
Right, check.
Yep, that's right.
Now, do you have, am I correct in saying that your ex is a very fine photographer?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Now, would you ask her to take a portrait of you for the internet profile?
That's what I want to do. Yeah,
There's not an uncomfortable question that you're aware of, is there? I mean, you...
What?
Keep talking. You're doing a great job. Hey, Kostaki, real quick, how'd the Fantasy Football League go over there? I still don't know what the deal is, but...
You crushed it. What do you want? Your real team won. Your fantasy team won. Welcome to
I don't know if
week one in the NFL.
Good job,
I didn't win, did I? I just Oh, I won against my matchup. Yeah, I won that, but.
Yeah, that's what you try to win. And then next week you have a different opponent and you try to win that one.
Guys, this could have been a phone call.
Yeah. Once again, Chick McGee's team is entitled, the title, I'm sorry, is the team name, the Guardians of the Commanders, taking the two most generic new names in professional sports and combining them hilariously.
You forgot the Cowboys lost their quarterback for most of the season. Yeah, I forgot that one. Yeah.
No, he did.
Yeah,
he did like
I think he opened. Didn't he open with a Dak Prescott?
I don't listen to the joke.
Christmas. It's like Christmas morning for you, Chick. You should
What's your fantasy team name, Kostaki?
I have a few. I have Beer Pants is my go-to. It's an old poker nickname. In the league with Chick, actually, it's a reference to an English guy referred to me once. It's called my name is Proper Chill.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Proper Chill.
Proper Chill.
I like that. I might rewrite that.
Hey,
one.
Kostaki, on All Pro Lines, you ask people for jokes and you set up a punchline for them. Why don't you ask our listeners to write your bio for your internet dating thing?
Oh, God, that's a hilarious idea. I'll put that on the social. Follow me on the socials, too. We'll put that out there, see what happens.
Okay. No.
If you're on social media, you don't really need dating apps. They can just DM you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Slide into the DMs.
That's right, baby.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Well, one of my team names, I had to change it to Mahomes Alone because he was the only one who scored any points.
That's a good one. I like that very much. The Queen, by the way, you were talking about the Queen, Kostaki. She was a very heavy bettor. Always bet against the Patriots. Bitter one.
Oh, yeah, never did get over that.
You know, that's not only funny, but a history reference.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, we're going to throw some tea in a harbor this week or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Kostaki Economopoulos, once again, All Pro Lines. Thanks, Kostaki.
Bye. Have a great week.
Guys.
See you, man. Take care.
Right now, I want to talk about what we're going to be on the road this week. I forgot about that. Friday morning, it's going to be 4th Street Live, downtown Louisville, Bourbon, and beyond. We'll be kind of helping out with a special morning show.
Where am I? Oh, never mind.
And we got some posters we're working on. A very busy poster. A lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
It looks very good. I want to remind you that to get there, hop in your car, hop in your truck. Napa is on a mission to keep that truck and that car in motion. For almost a century, Napa Auto Parts has been known for having the quality parts and expert knowledge that you, the driver, need. Things like, say, 500,000 parts lying around. How about the one that you need? Today, Napa helps drivers like you hit the road with confidence with America's largest network of parts and auto and truck care. In fact, there are 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores out there, over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, meaning you're never far from quality products and trusted service for that ride. The ride you depend on. So check out Napa. You can depend on them. NapaOnline.com. You'll find a Napa location near you today. That's NapaOnline.com. They've got Napa know-how. Coming up in about half an hour, we're going to talk with comedian Bill Burr. When we come back, Christy, what have you got over there?
Well, we have spoons in the news in a really weird way. If you like salt, does that go hand in hand?
But what's confusing is you need to have salt and electricity.
Yes.
We'll find out about that when we come
back. And Jeff Bezos is in the news today. One of his rockets didn't do so well.
He wasn't on it, was he?
No, he wasn't on it.
Okay.
That's a shame.
Would have been a bigger story. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Hey, it's Josh, and of course, hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer. And
is that where you go? Are we eligible?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
And a good morning to you. I'm Mark Allison. Got an email overnight from a listener named Megan wanting to know where she could hear the Bob and Tom show on a station near her, and I directed her to bobandtom.com. We've got an affiliate list where you can click on it and see all the radio stations we're on, everywhere you can listen to the show. And I reminded her if she downloaded the Bob and Tom show app, she can listen for free here on Bob and Tom 24/7. She could also set an alarm that'll wake her up with the show. So Megan is all set now to listen to the show wherever she is, not only at her home, but also anywhere she is around the world. How cool is that? It's the Bob and Tom Show app. You might tell someone who likes the Bob and Tom Show to download the app, and then they can listen to the show whenever and wherever they are. Yes, we like to keep in contact with everyone, not just here in America, but around the world. Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. We love to hear from our listeners, including you, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Hello, Megan.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Geno Smith threw 2 first-half touchdown passes. Denver fumbled twice at the 1-yard line in the second half, and the Seahawks beat the Broncos 17-16 in Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. Brandon McManus missed a 64-yard field goal attempt with 20 seconds left, and the Seahawks escape another wild victory involving Wilson at quarterback, except this time Wilson the opponent. And there'll be plenty of questions about Denver coach Nathaniel Hackett's late-game clock management and decisions in his first game. From Dallas, Cooper Rush is going to be filling in for an injured Dallas Cowboy quarterback Dak Prescott for the foreseeable future. Word yesterday, Prescott with a broken thumb will miss at least 8 weeks. Major League Baseball and interleague action, Texas and Miami split a doubleheader. In the American League, Cleveland, Houston, and Toronto, your winners. And in the National League, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, the Dodgers, and San Francisco all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
We haven't had a female umpire yet. There's some that have had careers in the minor leagues, but they haven't made it to the majors.
Really?
That'll ruin the game.
Oh, you know what? I knew.
You're right. Josh Arnold, please send your hate mail directly.
I didn't see if it was a ball or strike. I was too busy having my period.
Oh, stop it.
That's what they'll say. That's what they'll say.
They won't.
Steve has written in.
Yes.
With his impression of what a female umpire may sound like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you really knew me, you'd know if it was a ball or a strike.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute, we catalog key pieces of audio for archival and historical purposes. We continually research and examine significant pieces of audio to ensure their accuracy and validity. Today, we look at the first ever recording by Thomas Edison, where in 1877 he successfully recorded the following on a primitive wax cylinder.
A little piece of practical poetry. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
The distinguished staff here at the Bob and Tom Audio Institute noticed the labeling method used by Mr. Thomas Edison. This famous piece of audio was labeled 05TE for Thomas Edison, 02. Knowing this format is the industry standard to this day, we here at the Institute theorize there must be a 05TE01. After years of research and investigation, we have uncovered the following audio cylinder. This is the very first ever recording by Mr. Thomas Edison.
The first words I spoke in the original phonograph.
Here we go.
What's
This has been a Bob and Tom Audio Institute exclusive. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
October 29th.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Hey. There's Pat Godwin with a raised eyebrow in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hey, chick.
There. Hey, Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. Willie's still on the DL.
Got the COVID.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom. His father let him get COVID, and he just runs wild.
I had no idea. I want to congratulate our first winner in the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em competition.
Today? Hey, now.
Our first winner is Alex Rangel. Or maybe Rangel. Rangel?
Wrangle.
Just call him Rangel.
Of Midland, Texas. Okay.
Oh, he's
Well,
probably
I do have a
cowboy fan.
I do know someone that has the last name Wrangle. Rangol.
This is EL, but we'll go with
What
it.
do they do?
We'll talk to Alex
churches?
later this week. He got 15 of the 16 games.
Which one did he miss, does it say? I bet it was
every game correct,
Denver and Seattle.
except the Thursday night game.
Oh, okay. I forget what Thursday night was.
Rams
and the Bills.
And by the way, everybody got credit for the tie, the Indy Houston tie. So, congratulations.
That's great.
Alex, we're going to be getting you on the phone coming up for the shoe-in of the week. You'll get to pick against Chick McGee.
Well, the vetting process.
He was the only person out of thousands that got 15 of the 16 games.
Oh, good for
Congratulations.
you, Alex.
Oh.
That is really nice.
Hopefully he's not mute or has like a tracheotomy or something. So we can't actually talk to him.
It is truly an honor to talk to Chick.
Yeah.
So
we don't want.
So first of all, the poor guy that wrote us a nice note about how he enjoyed the show and was recovering had been in a coma after being in a horrific accident.
You guys are awful.
You were mean
Why?
to him. Now you're.
No, I wasn't mean to him.
It was a 3-pack a day habit.
Jeez.
I like cigarettes.
I smoked through my trach hole.
You ever seen that?
What?
I have.
That's
Hey, what else do I have to lose?
I know that's in a movie somehow. I know it is somewhere. It is.
I don't know if it's in a movie. I've seen it
I
in
think
real
it was
life.
Gone with the Wind.
You want to see me slurp a noodle through it? No, we don't.
Gone
with the wind.
It was in Gone with the
Frankly,
Scarlett. What the hell is that guy doing?
You can, by the way, view the leaderboard each week for the total season, which is pretty meaningless, but it's fun. You can view everyone's actual picks clicking on their name. So very, very sophisticated system we've got going.
Well, it makes it an equal thing.
No, I mean,
Everybody
yes,
has a
it's
chance.
Yeah, it's important.
I like that.
The Pigskin Pick'em, once again, bobandtom.com/contest.
Fair for everyone.
While you're over there, don't forget our new song, a tribute to King Chuck, King Charles. It's a very dignified tribute.
Yeah.
And we have a nice video that how can you watch that video, Ace?
It's on YouTube. Go to bobandtom.com. It's on there.
It's everywhere now.
Coming up, Bill Burr, comedian, will be our guest.
He's funny.
Right now, Ace has already done his joke of the day. However,
did you hear
as
that?
the commissioner of
Bill Burr.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, yeah, he ate it.
Favorite show? Like Bill because he was cold, or was it like Wilbur, like Mr. Ed?
That was,
Mr. Ed.
you know, I thought I knew my audience. But,
What I know, our audience, they want to hear a 2 for Tuesday version of the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, Christy, I went to a psychic.
Yeah?
Psychic?
I knocked on the door. I hear her say, "Who is it?" So I left.
Yeah, sure. That psychic's no good.
No, who's at the door?
No, she should have said Ace.
See, she'd know.
Sure.
We should just Norm McDonald that. You should have said Ace. It's you. I knew it would be.
And what are you, a crack whore?
Yeah, are you some kind of crack whore?
Very good. Let's segue from that over to the news desk with Christy Lee. What have you got over there?
Researchers in Japan have developed a spoon and bowl that makes food taste saltier without needing to add any salt.
I don't trust this at all.
So our News 24 reports the new tableware works by passing a specific wavelength of electricity
I'm out.
from the surface of the utensil to the food. Ions bunch up when they touch the user's tongue, providing a heightened salty taste. They're expected to go on sale in 2023.
Now, the other aspect of the story is this is absolutely true. They originally tried to do this with chopsticks. But they couldn't because apparently the the amount of electronic stuff that had to be in them was too fat.
Oh, so they're
I'm not kidding.
Markers.
So I love salt, and I don't eat much of it anymore. But
that's all right.
That's a bald face.
Who you think is listening? You have to hide.
No, I have this fake salt. I have the
dirty lines.
Even worse for you than
sodium chloride,
don't even
potassium
care.
chloride.
Mostly arsenic, I'm sure.
Words don't mean anything to you anymore.
I think it's kind of cool. I wonder if this is going to be the future. If they can make a spoon that'll make, I don't know, it'll make a bowl of water taste like delicious soup. Oh, you laugh. They'll be playing this tape 100 years from now. The prescient mind of Tom when he suggests
Tell your daddy it's water.
The famous barbecue, the famous barbecue rib spoon.
I'm not saying that it may not happen, but who's clamoring for this? You're still only ingesting a bowl.
Your daddy criticize one of these days. It's gonna taste like a delicious soup.
I mean, how convenient would that be? You go camping, you take your canteen, you pour it in a bowl, and suddenly it becomes vichyssoise.
Yeah, but you're getting no nutrients.
Right.
You have by that time you'll have a pill for that.
Tell Grandpa it's soup. This is delicious.
Wait a minute.
Grandpa, it's a delicious soup.
Our spoon is running out of batteries. That's going to taste like water soup.
Soup is so light.
That would be fun.
Oh man.
This is a real thing.
Yes, but nobody's gonna really do this.
No.
It goes on sale next year for about 2 weeks.
What would you rather
when
have?
they realize there's no demand.
Unless they're doing this because of the high sodium content in soy sauce for everybody in Japan.
This is
spoon that tastes like soup or a bowl of soup?
No, the spoon. Now, see, the spoon makes your food taste saltier.
Oh.
Can you imagine? You sit down and, oh, damn it. I was charging my phone. I forgot to charge my spoon. I can't eat for another hour. Do you have a charger? And of course, if Apple makes these things, they'll change the charger every time. What do you mean there's a different charger for the pepper spoon? What kind of a ripoff is this? Wow.
My God.
An electric spoon. That sounds like a band, doesn't it?
Almost
peed my pants. Now, I prefer it at present. I go with an acoustic spoon.
Oh, yeah.
Like an instrument.
The unplugged spoon. I think it's a great idea. As soon as this comes out, we're getting one. We're going to try it.
No.
I don't trust it.
No, what if you get shocked?
Yeah.
I mean, at DC voltage, I would think.
Yeah,
but
it's
still.
Yeah, you know, you see this electric thing? Put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Well, you're holding an electric phone up to your ear all the time, which is irradiating your brain.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
No, I always speak on the speaker, and I hold it 6 feet from me.
Do you really?
Yeah, my phone calls are torturous. Everybody hates
a lot of this. What? Yeah, a lot of that.
Okay. When we come back, Christy, what have you got over there at the news desk?
We have the Blue Origin rocket that took off yesterday that didn't do so well.
Uh-oh.
We have the internet offering up Uranus mission names. And this is an interesting
Well, if you want just names for Uranus, Josh was spewing them on the air earlier today. He and Dina have a little confab about that.
And Beetlejuice is where the lady smokes through her trach.
That's right. Sure,
the secretary in purgatory or whatever she is.
Okay. Also, could we have a bear attending a birthday party, uninvited? And
we also have a bear stealing a cake. We have a couple bear stories.
Okay, and
they like cake apparently.
And if you follow your GPS or not, you'll find out why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show. things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon, just slap a little on, repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks. I needed that.
Is that masturbation?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We've made it to Tuesday. It is September 13th, and that means week 1 of the NFL is in the books. We should have a winner of the Big Green Egg Mini Max at this time tomorrow. I'll be announcing that winner's name, and later this week they'll be talking to Chick McGee, picking against him in the shoe-in of the week. It is just that easy, just that fun. Go to bobandtom.com/contest to get entered today, and you could be the big winner in week 2. You could win your own Big Green Egg Mini Max. All you have to do is pick the pro football regular season winners each week. No point spread. You don't have to even worry about that. Just who's going to win, who's going to lose, and the person with the most winners could win the Big Green Egg Mini Max. There's a tiebreaker involved with the Monday night game and the combined score of both teams, but it's all there in the details. I'm not going to go into it. If you're interested, bobandtom.com/contest. You could win a Big Green Egg Mini Max, sponsored by the folks at Big Green Egg. And thanks so much for playing. It's a lot of fun giving them away, and I know our listeners love receiving them. They get to grill out wings and brats and hot dogs and even a turkey. Yes, the Big Green Egg Mini Max can handle a turkey. Can you? bobandtom.com/contest to enter, and good luck from all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Succession and Ted Lasso were the top winners at the Emmy Awards last night. Succession, a drama about a media empire run by a cutthroat family, ended up splitting the series honors with Squid Game, the South Korea-based drama about rich folks turning poor into fodder for their own entertainment. Lee Jong-jae, star of Squid Game, made Emmy history, becoming the first Asian to win the Emmy for Best Drama Series Actor. Meanwhile, Jason Sudeikis won his second straight Emmy for the comedy Ted Lasso. The man who shot John Lennon outside his Manhattan apartment building in 1980 has been denied parole again. It's the 12th time Mark David Chapman has been turned down for parole. Word of the decision by prison officials in New York State comes about 2 weeks after Chapman met with the parole board. He has called his actions despicable and said in 2020 that he'd have no complaint whatsoever if he was kept in prison for the rest of his life. Mark David Chapman will be available for parole again in February of 2024. And renowned jazz pianist Ramsay Lewis has died. His music entertained fans over more than a 60-year career that began with the Ramsay Lewis Trio and made him one of the country's most successful jazz musicians. His son reports he died at his home in Chicago yesterday at the age of 87. Ramsay earned 3 Grammy Awards and 7 gold records during his career. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
There's a new documentary out there entitled Sick. It's the winner of the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival Award. The film chronicles the life and times of super masochistic performance artist Bob Flanagan. In one scene, Flanagan is shown hammering a nail into, then removing it from his most private part, which would be his penis.
Wow.
Boy, what if he misses and hits his thumb?
Well, then that would hurt, Bob.
Yeah, there's a bone in there.
That's really going to hurt.
That's going to hurt.
Hold on a second. Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Vila.
Bob Vila, the
Hiya, Bob.
famed home repair host. How's it going, Bob?
Pretty good.
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, you guys are talking about something that's pretty common.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the home repair guys do it. I do it all the time.
You actually take a nail and pound it into your penis on purpose?
Heck yeah.
Now,
Really?
do you use a nail gun or do you use a regular traditional hammer and nail?
Oh, I'm not a conservative guy. I just use a nail.
Okay.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, I was at the hardware store the other day picking up a...
.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Man, I'm glad I'm here today. That's
Pat
all I
Godwin.
gotta
It's
say.
amazing, isn't it? Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, enjoying some soup over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Or
a
is it just a
spoon?
bowl of water?
How many times have you said, I don't want to make a whole pot of soup, but I'd like some soup? I just run some water and get my spoon. I'm on the road to soup.
No, once again, no.
Doctor, why am I dying? Well, you're not really eating anything, so you just have flavored utensils.
There's Josh Arnold. There's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee, and I've got a bone to pick with you.
Well, I'll defend myself here
and
first.
here's the second episode of Life with Tom.
Now, what's wrong?
This was wonderful.
So during the commercials, I'm over here explaining to you how the NFL is going to be broadcasting on Amazon Prime, starting with this Thursday's game.
Now, you weren't just explaining to... He asked.
He asked me, he said, how am I supposed to watch that? How am I supposed to watch that? I go, well, it's like you watch a movie or a TV or a series on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You go there, you click on it, and it opens up, and there's a slide. There'll be a slide there Thursday, or maybe now, that says, watch NFL.
And it's about, at this point...
At about that point, I look over and...
Tom, put his headphones on.
Put his headphones on, and I'm
fiddling with his teeth.
I'm as excited as anything.
Helping the man out.
I'm having a conversation with Tom, my idol, and I'm telling him things.
Well, at that point, I understood because I remember watching that show, The Widow, on Amazon Prime. So I do have that on my TV.
Well, maybe you could have said,
instead of saying, you know what, I got it. Thank you, Dick. Just headphones on.
Headphones on.
But rather listen.
It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Listening to your very exciting delivery. Sorry.
This has been Life with Tom.
So
Chick goes, is there a
Thursday Night Football is no longer on NBC. Is that correct?
No, Sunday Night Football is on NBC.
Thursday Night Football, I said.
Thursday Night Football was never on NBC.
So why was it on? Wasn't it on NBC last Thursday?
That was Sunday Night Football. That's part of their Sunday Night Football act.
Nope, Tom's taking his headphones off.
But it was the Thursday. I feel like I'm one of the... It's like, who's on first?
Thursday, but it was part of the NBC package.
Oh, my Lord, that was so funny.
So from now on, the Thursdays will be on Amazon with my boy Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels in his hair.
Okay, now the spoon thing, I want to explain this again. We had a news story. Christy, can you review the story, please?
Yeah, in Japan, they've developed a spoon and bowl that makes your food taste saltier without adding salt. According to Sora News 24, the new tableware works by passing a specific wavelength of electricity from the surface of the utensil to the food. The ions bunch up when they touch your tongue, apparently, providing a heightened salty taste.
It's a great idea.
Expected to go on sale in 2023.
And my point is, eventually they'll probably have spoons that can turn anything into you turn a bowl of water into a nice hearty stew.
Tastes great, and I'm losing weight.
I can eat all I want.
Have you tried the cheesecake spoon? It's unbelievable. You laugh, but one of these days, when we were kids, remember they had the straws that were flavored? You'd put the straw in a glass of milk and it came in your mouth as chocolate milk. It's the same thing, only slightly more sophisticated.
Okay.
Oh, it was chocolate milk.
Hey, warn me. No, it'll come in your mouth as chocolate milk.
Hey, warn me next time.
Hey, have a heads up.
I'm just telling you, this is all going to happen.
Treat.
Look. But what we're saying is that you just get nothing. There's no nutritional value in it.
By the time they invent this, they'll have a pill for all your nutritional stuff.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
There's no joy in any of that.
You get the joy when you get out your nice hearty beef stew spoon. Just make sure you charge it because apparently it uses electricity.
Honey, it's my spoon, sure.
Oh, you laugh now. It's all going to happen.
All right.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. Christy, we're going to talk with comedian Bill Burr here in about 10 minutes, so we'll look forward to that. What do you got?
An unmanned Blue Origin rocket crashed shortly after liftoff Monday. The New Shepard rocket, the same kind as the one that sends paying customers to the edge of space, was barely a minute into its flight when flames shot out from around the single engine at the bottom. The capsule's emergency launch abort system immediately kicked in, lifting the craft off the top. The capsule, which was carrying experiments on board, parachuted safely onto the remote desert floor while the rocket crashed down. The FAA said the rockets are now grounded, pending an outcome of an investigation.
Go to your room.
Yeah,
But that's
you're
grounded. It's if there had been people on it, they would have been okay. Because
Yes, it was successfully separated.
The vehicle that they sit in was separated.
Well, it's good to know that works.
Well, that and it's only the very first launch accident for Jeff Bezos' space travel company. So
I
that's
just hope
pretty good.
that those nose hair clippers I ordered weren't on that Amazon load. Expect those to come this week.
Your new spoon.
Yeah, I got my new spoon and my LED spoon.
Uh-huh.
It's got a light on it so you can see.
You can eat cereal in the dark.
Yeah. How many times you put your bowl onto a pillow and thought it was a...
According to CNET, an outfit calling itself Ice Giant Missions, which is not affiliated with NASA in any way, is a Twitter account that advocates for space travel to visit Uranus and Neptune. In a recent tweet, the account pointed to missions such as Voyager, Juno, and Perseverance. Before asking users what name they would give to a Uranus orbiter and probe mission.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right. Some of the names the online community came up with were...
Spacey McSpacey Face.
Advanced New Uranus Space Mission.
So anus?
Yep. Research Education Charging Towards Uranus Mission.
Ream?
Rectum. There were plenty of non-acronym suggestions as well.
Acronyms.
Mission Colonoscopy. Operation, can I say this?
What?
Butt plug?
Yeah.
No, you don't
Operation
have
butt plug?
You don't have
No, you better not.
And Wandering Finger.
Huh.
Sounds...
I can't see NASA getting up to the spokeswoman. Well, Operation Wandering Finger. Has been exploring Uranus. We're calling it Mission His Birthday. A mission that time of the month. Mission Shark Week. I'm sorry. Coming up, what have you got? Oh, we have time.
No, wait a minute. We got time for this. This is big breaking news.
Oh.
After a short-lived return earlier in 2022, Taco Bell relaunching the Mexican pizza this week permanently.
Yay!
It'll be available to order starting Thursday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Some fans of the taco chain's tribute to pizza may be reluctant to celebrate the good news since the Mexican pizza's return in April lasted a little more than a month before selling out.
All right,
But apparently, according to the top exec at Taco Bell, this return is permanent, and they should not have any trouble keeping them in stock.
And they better not run out.
Right.
And nachos are now again widely available too. If you guys remember, there was a chip shortage.
Oh, I get it.
Like the chips in cars.
Yeah. Sure.
There's a shortage. Sometimes I just go for the cute ones, Chick. Not really trying to save the world over here.
Okay.
Now, don't you have a special way that you get the Mexican pizza, Josh?
Yes, I order mine with no red sauce, and if I really want to treat myself, I add sour cream. That's right.
And
Good for you.
We've received some very nice letters from people.
You know what? I have a good letter here.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
It'll be real quick. We were talking about...
why don't you hold that?
Go ahead.
We were talking about people, some like cheddar cheese on their apple pie slice.
Right.
Well, Bob has written in. He says, cheese and apples definitely go together. All my life, I have taken a box of Kraft mac and cheese, then added Musselman's applesauce onto the plate, and I use that as a dip.
Oh, wow.
Mac and cheese into your applesauce.
Ick.
Well,
he
I
says
know-
it's quite good.
I mean,
As
we
a
do
dip.
eat.
I mean, do you use it with your fingers?
No, you dip the noodles and cheese into your
the
applesauce
applesauce.
and then take one bite.
It's like you ever get dressing on the side. It's the same thing.
Okay, all right.
And we all probably eat cheese and apples together on a charcuterie board or something.
Well, we're going to be trying the apple pie with cheese tomorrow. Right now, I want to tell you that we're going to talk to comedian Bill Burr in just a few minutes. But first, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode these days. And when you're faced with lots of challenges like we all are in life, there's no better feeling than when you learn how to find your own solutions. This is where BetterHelp comes in. A therapist from BetterHelp can help you become a better problem solver, make it easier to accomplish your goals. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about therapy, and this is interesting because with BetterHelp, it can be done entirely online. You can be on camera or not. You can be hooked up with a therapist in under 48 hours after filling out a brief survey, and you can switch therapists anytime. And it's significantly more affordable than in-person therapy. And it's okay. It's good for you to be the best person you can be. So when you want a better problem solver to be you, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/BT Show today. That's a very special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners. 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. When we come back, I think we're going to be joined by comedian Bill Burr. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedy actress for her first nomination. Brunson, who created Abbott Elementary, also took home a trophy with the best comedy series still to come. Lee Jung-jae of Squid Game won Best Drama Actor. A sign that the painful inflation of the past 18 months may be gradually easing could come later today when the government expected to report that the acceleration in U.S. prices slowed in August compared with a year ago for the second straight month. Economists have forecast that the report will show that prices jumped 8.1% from 12 months earlier, down from a four-decade high of 9.1% in June and 8.5% in July. That's a lot of numbers, if you follow. Sharply lower gas prices are behind much of the decline, along with the costs of used cars, airfares, and clothing. So maybe things are looking up. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davy Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davy, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davy, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em with the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Al from the MES News Center in New York. I'm Tom Bochow. In Bogota, Colombia, Brian Naranjo, age 18, says being small has its advantages. One being having a better view of girls in miniskirts. Standing just 27.9 inches tall.
Wow.
Naranjo was named the smallest man in Latin America by the Guinness Book of Records.
27 inches tall.
Besides holding the number one position, he fulfilled another dream by going to Disneyland, where he called the It's a Small World exhibit disappointing. In Stockholm, Sweden, Leif Borg, warning he would blow the courtroom into the air just 10 minutes earlier at his divorce trial, pulled dynamite from his briefcase and set it off, killing himself and seriously wounding his wife's lawyer, severing the lawyer's limbs.
Wow.
Witnesses said the explosion occurred during proceedings to determine how the couple's property would be split. For once, a lawyer got the charge that cost him an arm and a leg.
And on a high one, that a boy.
Good move. Throw away the script and get out.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Can I just say that I really love doing this program?
Oh, thank you.
You know, as a this is like such a fun. It's actually entertaining and fun to do it. You know, and as a comedian, you do a lot of shows, and you know, like I did a radio program a few weeks ago, and they introduced me as the bad boy of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I never said I was the bad boy of anything, nor do I want to be introduced as such.
Mm-hmm. Where'd they get
Only in comedy do you ever hear that. You never hear that in other professions. You never hear, he's the bad boy of gynecology. See the guy putting on his gloves with his fingers cut off?
Had his finger in a dike.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chickster. Now, we have a lot going on here. We're going to hook up with Bill Burr in a few minutes.
Great.
We think. We'll hope so. A long-time visitor to this program. Now a very fine actor, helicopter pilot, I understand, and of course, a stand-up comedian. In the meantime, there's Christy Lee. What have you got over there?
A bear crashed a 2-year-old's backyard birthday party in Connecticut.
Well, I don't care if I don't have an invitation.
WTNH.
TNA, you can have
TNH.
The nth to the news to the nth degree.
Reports nearly 30 people were celebrating the toddler's birthday in West Haverford. That's not right. In West Hartford, when the bear appeared out of the bushes, seemingly unfazed by the partygoers yelling at the bear to leave.
Hey, get out of here, bear.
Well, the animal saddled up to a picnic table and began helping itself to the cupcakes.
Next time, the salmon-flavored cupcakes are a bad idea.
Mother Laura Majdian said a second bear appeared on the scene, and though she managed to scare it away with her car horn, the first bear stuck around for 15 to 20 minutes to gorge on treats before leaving.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
It also got its face painted. That was nice.
Oh, that was nice.
Got a little Batman on the logo on it.
At least the Chuck E. Cheese rat doesn't eat your cupcakes.
Sure. A similar situation in California. A bear allegedly stole a cake from a resident's kitchen. The Simi Valley Police department said the resident called to report she and her son were locked in their bedrooms after the bear entered the house through an open kitchen window. Responding officers entered the home, found the bear in the kitchen where it had apparently eaten a freshly baked cake and rummaged through the refrigerator.
Don't mind if I do.
Police said the bear was scared off by officers, ran out of the door and into the backyard before ultimately climbing a tree. It soon climbed back down only to retreat back to the hills. How do they know to open the refrigerator?
I know. Isn't that
Smell,
fascinating?
yes.
I guess so, yeah. They must be able to smell
Why do
through
they
it.
say the bear stole the cake?
Well, they didn't give it to him.
Not like he has any money.
May I purchase that cake?
I think it seems he just ate the cake. We don't accuse him of stealing it. The poor bear. Maybe it was his birthday.
Maybe.
And they like things that are real sweet, right?
Do they?
Yeah.
That's why they like honey?
Oh, okay.
I think when they train bears, I was reading this book, and there's a thing where they have a bunch of scenes they're filming with bears, literally, and so they say sweets. That's the thing. Donuts.
Oh, hey, here's one. I heard this one the other day. Why did Eeyore stick his head to toilet?
I don't know why.
He's looking for poo.
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Even I wouldn't do that one.
Oh, no.
Wow, that's admitting something. I'm not sure.
Pat, I think I have kind of a request here.
All right.
We had the news story about the bear that wandered into the kid's birthday party, looking for a buffet of little kids or whatever. Usually birthday parties are ruined by a drunken uncle.
Yeah.
Can you sing your drunken uncle song?
We're tipsy at Thanksgiving and only 17. The cherry cokes, don't tell our folks, are rum and grenadine. You know who's responsible for our inebriation? Dad's younger brother, drunk at every occasion. Drunken uncle. It pisses off your mom, the one who buys you beer for your senior prom. Drunken uncle. Sick on the side of the road. Christmas Day, he spent the night hogging the commode. Hey! I am an uncle now and have lots of nephews and nieces. I give them a sip of beer and they love me all to pieces. I sing them silly songs, tell them dirty jokes, give them a shot on New Year's Eve and say, please don't tell your folks. Hey, drunken uncle. One in every family in a trio of brothers. The odds are 1 in 3. My brother Jim is a judge. Jack's a PhD. With bloodshot eyes, I realize the drunken uncle's me.
With bloodshot eyes, you realize the drunken uncle's he.
Hey, drunken uncle, at weddings I'm a blast. I'll fall into the cake and grab your mother's ass. Drunken uncle, I think I'm real funny, but no one laughs when they lend me a grand and never get back their money.
No one laughs when they lend him a grand and never get back their money.
Hey, you're the drunken uncle.
I am, apparently.
Formerly.
Not anymore.
Formerly the drunken uncle.
Right.
Yeah.
Little handsy. That drunken uncle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, handsy.
Grab a butt.
Look at this beautiful poster that I put together. Thank you,
Yeah.
My eyes don't know where to focus.
you can see. It says, coming to Louisville, Friday morning, live radio. Now, it's going to be...
I've got to get up.
It's going to be Bourbon and Beyond is the big celebration.
I've got to see.
Notice this Donnie Baker over here.
And then
Donnie
Where's
Baker,
Waldo?
Donnie Baker and the Pork Pistols.
They're going to sign. That's good.
Oh, yeah, it's dark enough so no Sharpie would show up.
No Sharpie
that's
will be there.
perfect.
Well thought
That's
out.
great.
There's no place at all to sign. Well done. Whoever designed that.
You sign the back of it.
Really on top. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
sure
designed
could, yeah.
Oh, that'll be kind of like a secret.
That'll be perfect.
Something like that.
Worth a lot on
Yeah, that
eBay.
Babe Ruth card. No, he signed the back. Yeah.
Make a puzzle out of it,
remember
give it
that?
to Willie.
I forget which album it was. He had the secret on the cover, and it was a Prozac pill in a bowl. He lost his mind for 6 weeks. Remember?
Now we were talking about this news story about the electric spoon that will make your
Here we go again.
It's coming out in 2023. It's made in Japan. It's going to make your food taste saltier without adding any sodium.
I have a simple question. Is this a story or a non-story?
Non-story.
For those of you that are like me that like a lot of salt, this is the perfect thing. And my point is that I think in the future, this kind of technology, they're going to be able to make like I said, a bowl of water taste like delicious thick beef stew.
How about a fork that can make kale taste like cake?
Yeah.
That's all probably coming.
Okay.
But I have just received this recording of my discussion about hot water soup. Apparently, I had no idea that the folks on Green Acres tackled this problem years ago. I had no idea. Let's give this a listen, shall we?
What is that?
Hot water soup.
Hot water soup?
Soup made out of hot water.
Just plain hot water?
What else you put in a hot water soup?
Might put a bouillon cube in it.
Why, then it wouldn't be hot water soup.
Nobody in their right mind would drink hot water soup.
I'm sorry, I kept you waiting. Oh, boy, hot water soup.
Classic sitcom.
Laugh free.
Oh, I love Green Acres. Every time I watch it, I get a laugh. No matter when. I just,
Yeah, because they made her look so stupid.
Oh, boy, hot water soup.
But once again, someday you'll be able to have hot water soup, maybe even cold water soup. Maybe the spoon will make it even taste. You can set the temperature on the spoon.
And then
Sort of a gazpacho?
Yeah, you probably.
Eddie Albert goes, oh, for the love of.
I'd laugh at that.
He was a great American, by the way.
Why can't we just make soup?
Because it's the future, Kristen.
We're out of soup.
Soup will have no place.
So you're gonna you'll be able to take your iPhone and type in on your phone the temperature of the soup that you want, the viscosity. You can say, I want this to be sort of Dinty Moore-esque, and then you take your little bowl of water and put your spoon in, and as you drink it and sip it and chew it, it'll be whatever.
You're nothing. Nobody
care of
wants
the
this.
obesity
I don't want this
problem.
future.
That and a candy bar, right, Josh?
I just want to point out, Christy looked me right in the eyes just and said, that'll take care of your obesity problem.
I didn't say your obesity problem.
No.
I said of our obesity problem, as in like the nation's
Stared me right in the eyes, babe.
I did.
Stung.
I told Josh earlier this week, I said, if you keep losing weight, all I'm gonna have for you are masturbation jokes.
What if I stop doing that? Well, let's not get
Yeah, come on.
Look good, Josh.
That would involve some kind of very serious industrial accident. Yeah, Josh only lives from the waist up. Yeah, it's very unusual.
Speaking of accidents, authorities in Massachusetts are saying a drunk guy told officers he tried to drive across a lake
That's right. Look,
because his GPS told him to.
I thought I was driving the new Ford Jesus.
Don't you put the Christ in Chrysler. I'll tell you what. The Jesus Chrysler.
That's better.
There you go.
The Plymouth Police Department said officers encountered the driver that had been, quote unquote, following his GPS from Mattapoisett to Brockton.
Oh, Mattapoisett.
Only to end up driving across rocks and sand before stopping at the water's edge in Hobbs Hole.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, bitch told me to turn left.
This road looks wet.
You ever been to Hobbs Hole?
Mattapoisett?
What?
Mattapoisett.
Hobbs Hole.
According to the department, officers at the scene did advise the man, quote, that common sense should prevail when GPS advises to drive through a body of water.
Is that right?
The 34-year-old was arrested for negligent operation of a motor vehicle and operating under the influence of alcohol.
Negligent.
Recalculate.
Tell me all about it.
It's got good for a foot or two.
Son of a bitch.
Right now, I want to feature our new song. There's a video of this out there. It's called King Chuck. It's a knockoff, of course, of the great Steve Martin song King Tut from, I want to say, 1977. When it was on SNL, that was the biggest production they'd ever done to date. It's a classic. If you get a chance, be sure to watch it. And we have a video of this that's out there right now floating around. It'll be on the TV show tonight, and you can watch it pretty much anytime right now. Is that correct, Ace?
Mm-hmm.
It's on bobandtom.com.
Okay, very good. But this is the audio version.
King Chuck. King Charles was a young prince. He never thought he'd be king. Finally ruling England at the age of 73. King Chuck. The Queen was his mama. Lucky Chuck. She used the Oxford comma. Born in the royal palace, hands never callous. King Chuck. Now that his mama's gone, I hope he doesn't fail. What exactly did he do as the fancy Prince of Wales? King Chuck. His teeth and ears look big and funny. Lucky Chuck. Will they fit on stamps and money? Or in the royal palace, hands never callous, King Chuck. The queen, she had her corgis. Prince Andrew had his orgy. He's wild, that brother, Andy. On Epstein Island, dude got randy. Prince Harry moved for good out to Hollywood. King Chuck. Charles loves the polo ponies. King Chuck. And dressing up for ceremonies. He wears a kilt, please don't stare. King Chuck. He's not wearing underwear. Finally gets to rule, cause he's got the family jewels. King Chuck. He married Diana, they had a castle and a villa. But all the time he dreamed about the homely one, Camilla. Couldn't wait to get his hands on Horny Chuck. Oh no. Said he'd like to be her tampon. As the royal phallus, he's so old it won't be long. We'll have to write another song. King
Will. The video is out there now. It's very nice. Noah did a great job on that here on our staff.
Sure did.
And we are having a technical issue getting Bill Burr on, so I'll remind you that Bill has some huge gigs coming up. Coming up this Friday, it'll be the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Then it's September 30th, Bloomington's Assembly Hall. November 6th, Madison, Wisconsin, the Alliant Energy Center. That's a Sunday evening with Bill Burr. I thought we'd go back in time, grab a visit with Mr. Burr in our studios.
Comedian Bill Burr is here with us, and big family, you said. Is it 5 siblings? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Your dad was a dentist?
Yep.
Okay. Was he a good dad? Nice guy?
Yeah, he was great. The reason why we didn't get along when I was growing up is because I was an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I was flunking everything, and somehow I thought he was the jerk. So, I don't know. Everyone in my family, like, we sort of have, like, tempers. So my dad was trying to help me out, but, like, I don't know. My dad grew up, like, pre-Oprah Winfrey. So he's, like, an old-school guy. He doesn't know how to, like, be like, look, son, I love you. You're not doing well in school. Let's work this out.
Right.
Instead, I'd be watching TV, and this is why he would convey that thought. He'd just come walking in and just go, study! and then he would walk out. Like, that was going to motivate me. Like, oh, gee, you know, Dad, I never looked at it that way.
Never thought of it that way.
Let me,
Ding, the bell goes off over your head.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Oh, study!
See, now
He used to try to, I remember trying to train the dog like that. We got this dog. He was like trying to teach him how to sit. And it's like he's starting off calm. Like the first few minutes, he'd just be going, all right, sit. Come on, sit. Sit down. And like literally 5 minutes later, he's just like, you're going to get over there. You're going to sit down. The dog's literally like, you know, walking in circles, peeing on the rug. Like, okay, I don't know what you want, but I know I'm not doing it. Let's try to like stick with one word. Yeah. No, they talk, both my parents, they talk to the dog like it's a human being. Rather than just, you know, like, no, bad dog. They're just like, why would you do that? I mean, would you look at this? This is ridiculous. What's wrong with you? The dog's just looking at him, just like, too many words, man.
The fact that he was a dentist, I'm surprised he didn't do sort of that Marathon Man torture thing with you, where you get you in the chair and
Put the drill in your mouth.
No, you know what?
here's some clove. Is it safe to study?
No, I actually worked with him for a few years, and he's unbelievable.
You worked with him as were you like a dental technician?
An assistant.
Were you trained? Was this legal?
No, I just handed him the stuff. I got trained. I did. I got trained to take X-rays and all that type of stuff.
Is that when he kept yelling "study"?
No, but you know what? He would curse me out. Like when I started doing stand-up while I was still working for him, and like my parents are the greatest. They were totally supportive of it, and so I would be doing gigs at night, and I was still living at home. So he knew when I drove 6 hours to do a gig, and then came back, and he'd always have like 7 o'clock patients. Like he worked a lot on like correction officers and that type, and they had crazy schedules. So he would literally he would start, you know, cursing me out right in front of the patient. We'd be like going to extract a tooth. And he'd be, let me hand me the, what was it, the 151. And no matter how fast I went for it, he would just, oh, come on, Phil. You know, God Christ, you're out to lunch.
little bit of Bill Burr back in the studio back in the day. We'll get hooked up with him properly in real time, as they say, as opposed to fake time. I want to remind you of a couple quick things. First of all, we're getting in touch with our winner. Alex, you think it's Rangel? What do you think it is?
Rangel?
Rangel or Wrangle?
Wrangle?
He's from Texas. I'd say Wrangle.
I think it's Wrangle.
I think it's
Wrangle.
Wrangle.
He's a Wrangler. Alex Wrangle from Midland, Texas. He got 15 of 16 games.
That's great.
Where is Midland? Right there in the center?
Probably.
He missed the. It's a suburb of Midland, Michigan. Funny enough.
Wow.
It's the Texas-Michigan border. Outside of, he missed the Thursday nighter. So good for him. The only one of our entries of thousands that did that well. And once again, you can check it out online. You can see your results. You go to bobandtom.com/contest. You can enter for week 2 right now.
That's right. Dear Tom, this
Yes,
email says, I'm a truck driver, and I always wake up with y'all. I set my alarm to start the radio. Start the day with your radio station on the iHeart. This morning, I'm out in my truck. The alarm goes off. I wake up, a beautiful morning. Everything's going well. I start to make breakfast for myself.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it was about the time Tom starts to talk about damned soup water. And now I have spilled oatmeal in my sleeper from laughing so hard. And Tom, you're getting the cleaning bill.
Now, was it actually oatmeal or just water that you had a spoon that made it taste like oatmeal?
Once again, you guys are laughing. A couple years from now, everything's going to be, did you get your new electronic spoon? Oh, yeah, the interfaces with your iPhone 18.
A couple years from now.
Your iPhone 18. Would you dial in? You just go to this app and, look, I can turn this water into steak soup.
Steak soup.
Steak.
Boy, if you go to a restaurant, hey, what's the soup of the day? Steak soup. We're leaving.
You've never had steak soup?
What do you mean have I ever had steak soup?
Sure.
It's like beef vegetable soup,
with
but
some
it has
serious
steak in it.
Come on, man up.
He's just being fancy.
Order the steak soup, my friend.
Vegetable beef, sure.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
that's what it is.
Oh, steak soup. Oh, yeah. Ever had steak salad?
Yeah.
Yes, we've all had steak salad.
It's the same thing, but there's more liquid in it. Okay.
Oh, boy.
We're going to try, by the way, speaking of food, this apple pie with cheddar cheese on it. It's coming up Thursday. We're going to try it.
All right.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I already talked to Ms. Hooker. We're ready to go on that. Speaking of great food, HelloFresh wants to help you out. HelloFresh, how does it work? Well, they send you the box. They've done the shopping. They don't just do the shopping. They've got the recipe right there on the big cards. They've done the measuring. Farm fresh ingredients, the best of the best. They can have it on your doorstep every day if you want it. And they've got over 55 items to choose from every week, from family-friendly food to super fit, wholesome food, vegetarian food, whatever you're into. And by the way, you can swap stuff around. You want a different protein, you want a different side. It's easy to do with the beautiful, beautiful HelloFresh app. Get all the details at HelloFresh.com. There's a special address actually I'd like you to use, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. The BT Show 16 will supply you with 16 free meals across 7 boxes. Some of them, if you want, you can get the famous quick and easy meals. Throw them together just like that. We're talking about breakfast, lunch, and or dinner. Whatever you're into, once again, they can fit your lifestyle. That code is BT Show 16. 16 free meals, HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. That's HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. You'll be making recipes that are so fancy you can't even pronounce them, but it's going to be delicious restaurant-level food, and you helped. Now, when we come back, it's going to be time for our history lesson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel. things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
Oh, sure. The show's coming to you live from the Frigomall building today, but coming up on Friday, it's the Bourbon and Beyond Festival in Louisville, Kentucky, and Bob and Tom will be live broadcasting from 4th Street Live in Louisville this Friday. Our special guest, Donnie Baker, and his band, the Pork Pistols. It's going to be an awesome morning as we celebrate Bourbon and Beyond at the Highland Festival grounds at the Kentucky Expo Center. That's where the concert will be. The Bob and Tom Show will be live at 4th Street Live in downtown Louisville this Friday morning. Coming up at the concert, Bourbon and Beyond, bands like Pearl Jam, the Doobie Brothers, Greta Van Fleet. They're pretty good. Kings of Leon, seen them. They're also great. Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. You think, Mike Campbell, that sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. Tom Petty's guitarist. Crowded House, 56 other bands and artists are all going to be in Louisville this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we will be there Friday morning in the heart of it. Join us if you're in Louisville, and join us on the radio if you're anywhere around the world this Friday morning, live from Louisville. Bourbon and Beyond, and you, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. King Charles is flying to Northern Ireland on the latest leg of his tour of the nations that make up the United Kingdom, as thousands of people have lined up through the night to pay their last respects to his mother's coffin in Edinburgh. On Monday night, Charles and his siblings Anne, Andrew, and Edward, their heads bowed, briefly stood vigil around their mother's flag-draped coffin as members of the public filed past. He's already sounded his warnings publicly. Now the Twitter whistleblower who has warned of security flaws at the social media site will sound off before the Senate Judiciary Committee today. His disclosures of security flaws, privacy threats, and lax controls at Twitter have raised alarms about the platform, and his comments will get attention from lawmakers who've expressed concern about the safety of such powerful tech platforms. And firefighters in Birmingham, Alabama, had to use a ladder truck to rescue some dogs from a downtown kennel. The drama unfolded when two workers and some animals at Dog Days of Birmingham began to have breathing problems after a new sealant was put on the concrete floor that was being refinished. The smaller dogs kept on the ground floor were taken out through the front door, but 13 larger dogs kept one floor up, couldn't go out that way. So they were taken out through the roof and plucked off the roof by the ladder truck. All of the people and the dogs are A-OK. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Fact remains, I don't even use shampoo regular.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
I just use a bar of that neon green lava soap.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, it has pumice, you know. You know where pumice comes from, Tom?
I think it's pumice. I think it comes from, doesn't it come from volcanoes?
I think so. Ash.
Yeah, volcano rocks. I ain't sure how a water softener make washing my hair with pulverized rocks any better. I mean, you've seen my hair. My hair's epic.
Yeah.
Man, I get mistaken for Kid Rock and that Dick from Puddles of Mud all the time.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Special guest.
24/7.
Randy Gandhi.
He's a Rundy Gundy. We say Rundy
Rundy Gundy?
Rundy Gundy.
Rundy Gundy. The answer is?
The answer is sputum samples.
Sputum samples.
Exactly.
The question.
What do you call someone who's a spitting image of junior samples? Answer is
Yes.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Kenmore Weed Whacker.
Yes.
Oh, no.
What did Barbie yell as she made love with Ken in the tool shed? The answer is aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Yes.
The question. Tough envelope.
What does the coat girl say to Sammy Davis right after she says, hat, sir? The answer is Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
What happens when Stevie Wonder tries to shave himself?
Late October.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello, Chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair.
Hello.
Hello, there's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline. Willie Griswold still down with the COVID. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick. Congratulations again to Alex. We're going to call him Wrangle till further notice. Midland, Texas, the first winner of the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em. He's got himself a big green egg mini max. I like to call it the Rolls Royce of grilling devices, and you call?
I call the Rolls Royce the big green egg of motor vehicles.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I say.
Do they have a giant big green egg that drives like the big hot dog?
Yes, it travels the country. Because
I would think
open up the top, and little green eggs come out.
Because the way it's shaped, I would think, unless they have it on its side, which
it's
for grilling purposes would be difficult.
No, you can't drive. You can't take it through a drive-through.
No.
But you don't need a drive-through because you're cooking all your food on your big green. Big
So you mean the big green egg car is actually also a functioning grill?
Yes, it is. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of heat.
Christy and Josh aren't buying into this idea.
No, Christy's like packing for.
I'm done. My day's over.
We're going to turn this idea into a concept.
Christy's moving out, I think. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, by the way, Mark David Chapman was denied parole again, just in case you wanted to know.
Are we out of bullets?
Yeah.
And what
misunderstood.
Yeah.
He's an
What
ass.
did he do?
Never mind. Could we move on? Never mention his name. Don't. I have a technical question. I need help with this.
Today's
Spoons
September
are coming. 10 years.
13th.
No.
Oh.
Bill Burr.
Yes.
His last name is also the name of a haircut. Does anyone else have this?
Well, but then I think that was regional. I don't think everybody called that a Burr haircut.
No, I've never heard of a Burr haircut.
A Burr haircut?
My dad called it a Burr haircut.
Sometimes called a butch.
Yeah.
It would be the crew cut, maybe.
Okay, we called it
the Burr haircut was very short, equal length all around.
Well, crew cut is what we call it.
A Burr was not a crew cut because it was short on top too. Because a crew cut has a little bit on top, right?
Had
so
like
it sticks up.
a little tiny bit.
Oh, we didn't call. Yeah, crew cuts for us were what you're describing.
Oh, okay.
Are there any other people that have the name of a haircut as their last name that anyone can think of? I don't know the answer to this.
Why?
I'm just asking.
You mean like Flat Top, Billy Flat Top?
Yeah.
Or,
like Steve Mullet?
I'm sure there's some mullets out there.
Angela Perm, something like that.
Oh, there you go.
Betty Beehive.
I bet there's a Bob. Isn't there a Bob haircut?
Oh, yeah, of course. There's a
Bob?
Bob.
Oh,
Bob's
sure.
haircut.
Yeah, that famous joke.
Bob Peters here?
Bob Peters here? No, just got hair. I'm sorry. What is today's date? I got to get through this.
September 13th, 2022. Today, in history.
Okay, it's going to take me time to find this. September 3rd. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is interesting. Here we go. Pat.
Yes.
1503. Who can forget about this? Michelangelo started working on the statue of David.
And the Beatles wrote Abbey Road. Yeah, we know.
How much later did he start on Goliath? That had to be a lot harder.
That'd be a lot harder.
Well, no, it's bigger, so you don't have to be as intricate with the work.
Really? You got to have a big rock to start. Let's see. I've never even heard of this. 1922, the Straw Hat Riot.
Oh, yeah.
People protesting the right to wear straw hats beyond the accepted end date of September 15th. This is a lot of white folks.
Pick your issues.
I'm telling you, if that's what you're concerned about, wow. I had not heard of this.
Wow.
I know the whole Zoot Suit riot. I know about that.
Sure.
I'll have to learn more about this. Wow. Who cares about wearing a white hat? Okay. I'm sorry. And by the way, who owns straw hats except those guys that play banjo in those
Dixieland bands and stuff.
You ever see one of those? You see when a guy wearing that, you go, hey, what is it, Halloween? You nuts?
You nuts.
I mean, when is the last time you saw one of those?
Oh.
When you were at Disney World, it's a guy with a banjo.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Silver
Singing
Dollar City,
Sweet
Branson.
Georgia Brown or something. Yeah. Thanks for mentioning the Beatles. It was in this date of 1965. The Beatles won their first Grammy. Also, they released a little tune that day called Yesterday.
Wow, that's really something.
And as far as I know, none of the nominees smacked a presenter in the face.
They did not. Not last night, no.
1969, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Debuted on CBS.
I know you're not a fan. I sure loved it.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, Tom's not a fan.
It's
I love
okay. I always felt
No, you hate it.
I always felt that Marmaduke got ripped off and never got the credit he deserved.
Poor Brad Anderson stomping around like a wet hen.
Let's see. Law and Order premiered on NBC. Probably the shortest theme song of any television show.
Oh, bum bum.
Bum bum.
That's not a theme song.
No, there's a
interstitial
whole
noise.
Yeah, there's a theme song.
There's a sassy.
I mean, it's shorter than this one. Do you know what that is?
Yes, of course I know what that is.
Of course you do.
That's just the chord.
Thus proving my point. Thank you, John.
Time now for
Happy birthday, Milton Hershey.
Named a highway after him.
Yeah, of course.
Brought
And
to
a
you
great
by
candy bar.
Napa Auto Parts, 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores, 17,000 auto care centers. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go.
Want to see a trick, Josh?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to mention a name, and a chick will name a movie. All I'm going to just say is the name. He will name the movie.
Okay.
She's been in many, but he'll name one right away.
All right.
Jacqueline Bisset.
Oh, The Deep.
The Deep.
Oh, white T-shirt. We all
White
remember
T-shirt,
that.
one of the greatest
Yeah.
scenes to this day.
Christy's wearing peach panties today, speaking
Yeah,
of ladies.
Why, they're fuzzy?
Oh, they're not fuzzy.
Is there something looks like a pit in them?
Ramsay Lewis.
Well, it rhymes with pit.
Wow.
Ramsay Lewis passed away yesterday at the age of 87.
Yes.
Tom is still trying to figure out his vehicle. When he has to, when he changes the radio, he says he has to pull over to change
More or
station.
less, it's ridiculous.
You know when you've
got a touch screen that you need a hammer to get it to.
You offer this evidence out of context. You really do sound insane. You really do. RG3 raced Seahawk last night before the Monday night game.
And not one of the football players.
Thank you.
I did announce it's one of those mornings at about, 7:15 or something.
Little Ramsay Lewis for you, ladies.
Josh startled Tom in the green room.
Hiding.
I was hiding in the green room. Be sure and watch that video, King Chuck, where you wherever you watch your videos with the puppets are.
And get the Bob and Tom app. It's the best. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Think you know your pro football? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com/contest. It's your chance to win a Minimax Big Green Egg. This is the Bob and Tom Show.